Okay, but wait. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Certifiably Feral with our special guest, Bex Kelley.
Hello. Happy to be here.
In the house, or the space. I am Amanda, and of course we have the beautiful
Kelly.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for being here today.
And Bex.
Thank you both for being here today.
All of us. So we've already had a podcast before we started recording this podcast.
Yeah, we'll catch you up.
We'll catch you guys up. We were talking and then we're like, we should probably start. It's probably a good idea.
It is a good idea.
Yeah.
We're going to try our best. You don't know this, but I'm telling you this right now. We're going to try our best to stay on task because we
You look at me like this is my problem.
I'm here to yap. So
We're
let's
yapping.
yap.
We're yapping. That's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
So let's start off by just checking in. If it's okay, I'm going to put a little therapy spiel on this for a minute.
Wow.
Sure.
Yes.
Wow.
I needed it.
Okay. How are we all feeling today as we arrive here in our bodies about doing this? I'm just curious.
Ooh, specifically about podcasting?
About being in this space together and like, let's just take a minute. And if you want to take a minute to notice what's going on in your body as you listen, that's okay too. It's a good practice, but I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm. You want me to go first?
You start and we'll go down the line. Yeah.
My body is so excited,
Buzzy,
and full. Life is full. The world is full. I came in excited and full. And I feel like I'm just taking deep breaths every 5 minutes as we go to get more and more.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly, I'm just freaking excited because this lovely human is the most lovely feral human. Like I was trying to, I'm going to wait. How are you feeling in your body?
I did chug a Diet Coke on the way.
Nice. So, I also did have Red Bull, so that might be part of my problem.
So I do feel like my channel is a little charged.
It's a little charged.
But I do feel like before that, this feels like the most aligned decision in the world. Like, it's funny though, because I feel like I've fallen in love with both of you at different settings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually the first time we've all three been together.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, I'm
And it feels easy. Just as easy.
Good.
You know?
That's what I'm feeling. And thank you for pointing that out. It seems really obvious, but I'm like, oh yeah, we haven't all.
That's
like
so bizarre.
We've both done one-on-one with you and hung out. And then there's obviously you and I hang out, but we haven't all hung out.
That is it.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm feeling is like, it's this feeling of like a high school energy when you're like about to go on a road trip with your friends and you're like, oh, we're all here and let's go. And we all have our road teas.
You're here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I love it.
Which I'm amazed, unbeknownst to us, McDonald's iced teas are one of your go-tos. So obviously we were meant to be.
You said you don't drink tea unless it's
McDonald's iced tea, for sure. For sure.
I think we might be the
amazing.
mediums.
Obviously.
Did you sense it? Did you know this about me?
I mean, this is just our thing that we do.
We do this every time.
Yeah.
On our road trip, when we created the podcast, I mean, we do McDonald's iced teas anyway, but we created the podcast talking about it on our way home from a retreat that we hosted with McDonald's iced teas. So every week I stop on the way down, go through the drive-through, get the tea, then we record.
This is part of your ritual.
It is.
It's like a manifestation potion.
It is.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's our sacrament. The wine and cracker and the McDonald's iced tea.
And mine is coated in red lipstick.
That's best.
So my body is excited and also buzzy. And Yeah, just that.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Just chill.
Oh, I just got the tingles on the top of my head.
Mm.
That's my favorite. We know we're good.
What were you going to say?
I don't know.
You're like, oh, wait a minute.
Okay, I want to introduce Bex Kelley from my perspective.
Oh, I love this.
And then I can go from my perspective.
And then you go from your perspective. We haven't had a ton of one-on-one. We are just in each other's, I don't know. We've been in group settings together, one or two, like just one-on-ones.
Mm-hmm.
This is, if I were going to describe you as a feral animal, this is what I was thinking of today. It would be a hedgehog.
Do carry on.
Like, so cute. Like, it's, what is that called when you have violence cute? Like, cute
Aggression.
Cute aggression.
Cute aggression.
That's how I feel about you. And I know you could hurt me. You could, like, the feral, I know you could hurt me, but I would enjoy it.
Okay.
We're staying focused today. This is our hedgehog, and we love her.
I don't think I see her as a hedgehog.
Okay, tell me more.
I see her as more of one of those, like, tree creatures. Like, not a monkey, but, like, maybe a really cute monkey.
How do you feel about this?
I am just letting it unfold. I'll feel later.
If she's going to be an animal, we have to pick an animal. Like, if we're doing that, I mean, I see you more of, like, I don't know, like, I mean, you're gorgeous. I can't say animal. But if you were going to take on the embodiment of an animal, you would be kind of like, because you are a watcher and you are a knower, I would have you up high in the trees, not a bird, but maybe this like really kind of cute little animal, this little monkey that's like looking down and like not judging, but just knowing.
Observing. Sure.
Observing. So
that's very true.
But at any time can bare your teeth, and especially if anybody fucked with your kids.
1,000,000%.
Yes.
Right? Your babies, like, or your other girls, your sister monkeys.
I would just like to say I was keeping it in the rodent family.
Oh.
Since we have
because
raccoons and such.
Say raccoon maybe again.
No, I won't. Raccoon.
Raccoon. How do you say it?
Raccoon.
It's raccoon. I know this, but I like to say it special.
I like it.
Okay, let's let our guest talk.
No.
You're on the spot.
No, let's ask her what she sees us as.
Oh, us.
Yeah.
Oh,
if we were feral animals, what would we be?
That's a great question.
That is such a good question. Tap into your higher powers and let us know.
If you need to close your eyes, it's fine. We can close ours too.
I feel like I'm not thinking of that many feral animals.
Well, it could be any animal that's just gone feral. How about that?
Okay, I don't know if the coloring is swaying me, but I am feeling fox.
She is fox.
Immediately.
Do you know? She has a fox. It is her.
I love that.
This
is Fritz.
That's what I'm.
I have a tattoo.
This is why we have the medium come because she doesn't even have to try.
She doesn't even have to try. There's a whole story about the fox too and why I got the tattoo. So
okay, I want to hear that. Okay, Kelly.
Oh, I just got it.
I don't know. I feel like Kelly's a little bit harder.
I like it that way.
It was like that for me.
I know.
Okay, I'm just going to give you what I'm getting.
Yes.
Okay. I do feel like yours would be more vocal than the fox. Okay. I'm also seeing something that would be more community oriented because aren't foxes very like they're
not
like
pack
a social
animals.
Well, they do. They have, they are more packed, but they're not, they will go off on their own and have no problem going off on their own.
Which I think is perfect for you.
Like I'm seeing an animal that would be like the mouthpiece for its community. Does that make sense?
Does it feel like a monkey too?
It might be a monkey.
I know. I see you as an owl.
Oh.
And you can turn your head all the way around.
I love
but you're also watching. I also have the owl.
I was wondering if I was getting swayed by your tattoo, your other tattoo.
The fox?
No, the
the
owl.
owl.
I saw the owl and I was thinking,
How
owl
funny.
too.
Or maybe there's just owl energy.
I
Which
do
owls
love
can
owl
be loud
energy.
too.
I do love an owl.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of my like totem animals for sure.
So how did you learn about Bex? Like what drew you to Bex in the first place?
I think we were at Circle at Anamkara a couple of times together, and I was like,
I think I met both of
Yeah.
you at Circle.
Yeah, I
At
do
different
too.
circles.
I do too.
Yeah.
Kudos to Anamkara for creating such a space for all of us.
Community. We will have Hannah, the creator,
Yes.
the founder of Anamkara, on in a few weeks.
How exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So
going to be awesome.
So we're going to have her wear her sparkle pants
when we have Hannah on, it'll be Sparkle Pant
and a
Day.
tambourine. No options. We all have to wear them.
Okay, I've got them. They're ready to go. Do you have any sparkly pants?
I do
Yeah,
not
of course.
have.
No.
I'm so sorry.
You don't?
I don't have any sparkles.
Well, we can get us some
I will
before
say
then.
I have a lot of fur though.
Ooh.
And I feel like sparkles and fur are like,
Yes.
They go together.
you know,
Friends.
loads of fur. So
I love the fur.
I like that.
Did you have a session with her?
No.
Okay, so just more of like a friend
Just
date,
hanging
like
out, yeah.
curious about who is this magnificent person. Okay. Yeah.
But you have had a session with her.
Yes.
A human design session or a medium?
Human
Okay.
design session.
So I feel like we should officially like talk about a few things before we go into that. Your resume.
my resume, my
Tell us all the magical things that you are and do.
currently
Whatever.
or my long and checkered
Oh,
resume?
let's start with currently. And then if you want to
Probably.
bring in how you got there, bring
Sure.
in some things you can.
Currently, I work as a medium, which is very exciting. I work with animals that have passed away, loved ones that have passed away. I also do psychic sessions, which is for people that might not want to connect with a past loved one, but who also want kind of this otherworldly spiritual support. Those are very fun. And before I was a professional medium, I worked as a human design professional for a few years, and I loved it so much and I loved it so hard that I burnt myself out last year. So I took a break, and I'm actually bringing it back and
Nice.
I'm booking a lot of human design readings
Good.
again.
I love it.
You know, I already spent all of this energy learning all of this delicious stuff. It's just, it's in my bones now.
I would imagine too, though, that break, especially when you were focusing really on more on your mediumship,
Yes.
brought in even more information about your human design work. Like it was
sure.
supposed to happen that way.
Yes, like I wasn't like squeezing the life out of it anymore. So like it was almost all of this rush of energy was able to come in when I like released.
Love it.
Yeah. So, and what's also interesting is a lot of mediums and intuitives that I'm working with right now are just my peers in the industry.
Yeah.
They want to know how to work with their energy.
Yes.
You know, so I feel like actually a lot of my human design clients right now are
Right.
my
That's
peers.
amazing. That's so great.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So human design is back, also doing mediumship. What else is on that resume?
Right now, that is it right now. I'm just trying to, I think really perfect this art. Like that's my goal this year, is to just kind of master this.
Love it.
And one of my friends actually invited me to co-host a podcast with her.
Yeah.
It's called the Between Mediums podcast.
We'll link it.
And it's for intuitives, it's for mediums, pretty much anybody working with spirit or kind of in the spiritual industry. And I went through all of the hard work, all of the trial and error to kind of grappled on my path forward. So this is the resource that we wish we had when we started.
Yes.
Because mediumship and the spiritual industry is the Wild West. So I always say we're spiritual cowboys.
I love that.
Yes.
You need the bolo tie.
I need the bolo tie.
I dub thee with the bolo tie. She's not letting go of that thing.
But you can go get one.
Oh, okay.
It's at the Reliquarium. So
Okay.
yeah.
Ooh, okay, thank you.
Of course.
I'm glad we just know a little bit about you coming in, and now, I mean, we're just going to chat the whole time. But
Well, there's your resume, though. I think this is important.
Yes.
But who else are you besides a medium and a human design professional?
I have a family. I am a wife. I have 2 cute kids. And I think I was listening to your guys' podcast. You guys have 1 of each.
Yeah.
And they're like 2 years apart.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same. Yeah.
But hers are babes.
Okay.
Yeah. Mine are 8, and then my son is 5, almost 6.
So girl 8, son almost 6.
Yep.
You have older girl too, and I have older boy. So
Yeah.
that's fun.
That is fun.
2 kid club.
2 kid club.
Do you mind sharing how old you are?
I'm 31 years old. Yes. Had my babies young.
Yeah.
Got married young.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is something. How old were you when you got married?
I was 22 when I got married.
Oh.
And we were literally pregnant within the month.
Wow.
That is quick.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So our wedding anniversary was actually this last week. And my daughter, my daughter was asking like, oh, was this in like 2015 or something? I said, no, this was in 2017. And she's like, I was born in 2017. I'm like, we know.
You're like,
We know
weird.
Yeah.
It's so true though. I mean, it's like, it just can happen so quickly, but then you've been a mom, even when you're pregnant, you're a mom for as long as you've been married. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and since you were super young.
And then I had my second kid when I was 25.
Yeah.
But honestly, I know there's a lot of people that have grown up in like religious settings or like these traditional settings that get married, have their babies super young, and then kind of grapple with their identity.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, it was the best decision for me.
Yeah.
I had nothing better to do.
Yeah.
I didn't have a direction.
Right.
It was honestly the best use of energy for me was to just raise my kids.
Yeah.
You know?
I was similar. I was 25 when we got married. I was 5 months pregnant when we got married. Scandal during that season of life. Scandal.
That's your first feral action.
That was
right.
I mean, my first publicly feral action for sure. But same. Like there are some parts of it that like my whole identity was then created in that world, which I would do some of that a little bit differently.
Yes.
But same, like, what else was I gonna do? And it was the best, like, discovery of me and that version of me in the process.
Right.
There's something about motherhood that, yes, we have the potential of losing ourselves in it.
But if you don't know who you are already.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Like I was 22 when I had Jack and 24. Was that right? When I had Macy? I didn't know who the heck I was. I mean, I had ideas,
Right.
That are still present, but why not? And also, you have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine starting
girl.
in my 30s.
Yeah.
And I know, I feel like that's like a very common timeline right now. And that's fine if that works for you. I am tired. I'm tired and I am so glad to be done.
We're bringing Bex back on and 10 years.
Yeah.
We're like,
We're not invalidating your 30-year-old tired.
No.
But it doesn't end. I'm going to tell you, tired doesn't end.
I believe you. I believe you.
You're like, don't tell me that. But maybe something great will be invented by then.
Yes.
Because you know how they love to support women in our healthcare industry.
We're throwing them in.
Lord. Oh, Lordy.
Okay, I want to do some of our normal things that we do. Let's start with, I know you have show and tell.
I did bring show and tell today.
What do you want to grace us with for show and tell today?
So a couple of months ago, aside from dopamine dressing, which is sort of my thing, no big deal. Just wearing whatever the hell I want that brings me joy. I have also been into finally buying the things that I want that my little child would have wanted. And it's been great. I mean, I think I used to buy things for my kids, and I've talked a little bit about that.
Right.
But then I was like, no, my kids don't want this kind of stuff. They're grown. But yeah, I saw this little doll a couple of months ago and I was like, no, you're a grown up. Back, there she was.
Strawberry shortcake.
Strawberry shortcake.
Smell her. She smells.
She still smells.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Smell her.
You want to?
She
Yeah.
I know you
is.
want to.
I need a hit of it. Get a hit.
And
Sometimes you got to get her in the right spot.
I love that she reminds me of like Raggedy Ann, kind of like that rag hair. When I was a little girl, my mom called me her freckle face strawberry shortcake. And so I just thought she was cute and I bought her. So I had to bring her to share with you guys today. I'm not a doll collector. I don't see this becoming a thing for me. Maybe. I was never into dolls as a kid. It was more like stuffed animals, but I'm like, I just think that we should all be validating those parts of us that feel, maybe it's a teenager part, maybe it's a little kid part that's like, oh, I'm attracted to that. You know, not that you have to buy every single toy you find or whatever, but I know we didn't get a lot of like toys when I was a kid because my family didn't have a ton of money. And if I see something that I like, buy it. She sits in my office and makes me happy.
Yes.
So
I love it so much.
there's my show and tell.
I think that's so interesting with like personal style is I think sometimes you go into somebody's house and you're like, wow, this feels so much like them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's how it feels when people see something and they're like, I resonate with this.
Yes.
This is coming home with me.
Yes.
And then their house just becomes like this like tapestry of all these little things that they love, that lit them up.
Yeah.
It's not like an aesthetic. It's
Right.
they
It's
are the
them.
aesthetic.
They are
Yes.
and I love when people can find that instead of, and that does feel like something that you kind of age into. I know for so long I thought my house should look a certain way, you know, whatever the trends were or whatever. And I still kind of to a point have an aesthetic that I like.
Yeah.
But my office, that's just my room, feels like it can be whatever it wants to be. So do you have a room like that in your house?
I am very lucky that all of the rooms in my house.
So your husband's like, do what you want to do.
He doesn't care
I
at
love
all.
it.
So like I really get to do whatever I want.
That is
like,
so good.
Hey, I'm gonna paint your closet like neon green, okay?
Is this
Like,
real?
okay,
Did you paint
this is real. This is real. Yeah.
We need a picture of this.
Like I get to do whatever I want and I love that.
Yeah, I love that too.
All of the art. I'm like, I'm gonna hang this picture of a cowboy. There's actually a surprising amount of cowboy art, so maybe that's just something that resonates with
You
me.
know what though?
I can see that actually.
We should do a past life regression. We'll talk that. We can always trade. But
How exciting.
if you're attracted to cowboys, drawn to cowboys, then that is something that could be a theme, you know, in your past life.
So interesting because when I was a kid, that's what I wanted to be when I grew up, was like a cowboy. And then I turned into an adult and I watched all of the seasons of Yellowstone. I'm like, I'm not cut out
too soft for that.
See, it's
I'm
like,
a gentle lady.
But look at you are actually a cowboy. You are in the Wild West.
This feels like it. This
You are.
feels like the new frontier.
Yes,
it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, in the big grand scheme of things, spirituality and all of these alternative ways, the work that we do, we are in kind of the wild. We are
West. We
because
really are.
it's a little rogue. It's definitely feral. It's like not really sure, but it is going to be, I think, the norm at some point.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
It's becoming even more so over the years.
Yeah. And I would just like to say, I feel like a hedgehog is a cowboy. So I'm bringing it back. I'm not wrong. Okay, we're going to find an artist for this.
Pistol.
Oh yeah.
Monkey with a pistol.
Yes.
I'm feeling Pink Pony Club like hat. Like
I love it.
maybe some rhinestones. I don't know. I'm going rogue. Okay.
Okay, this is a little bit of a sidetrack, but have you heard like the question of like you can find out a lot about somebody about whether they choose a cowboy, a samurai, or a pirate?
No.
Oh, no.
Ask us.
Okay, which one would you
That's
choose?
the question. Samurai,
Obviously,
cowboy,
I answered
pirate.
mine.
I'm 100% pirate.
Okay, hilarious.
100% pirate.
Samurai, cowboy, pirate. I do think I would be cowboy.
Okay. What does it mean?
Okay, so like if you boil all these down,
Be samurai. I'm torn between a samurai and a cowboy.
Take a minute.
you take a
Take a
minute.
minute.
Listen to that little
right,
fiery
all right. Carry
nugget
on.
in your gut.
I'm going to listen.
I'm gonna break down the pirate while
Okay.
you
Pirate me.
decide. Okay, so pirates are about adventure,
Oh, yeah.
right? about experiences, about the story, about exploration and all of these things. These are like core values of the pirate, right? Where it's different. All right, have you decided?
I'm cowboy.
You're cowboy?
I am.
Cowboy resonates with me because it's independence. You have all of the room in the world. You've got all the independence in the world. You can do whatever you want. You can hang out with you want with, you know, by yourself. There's just all the space in the world.
Okay, tell me samurai.
Samurai is more about like integrity and values. It's about like
That's why I'm torn.
Could you be a cowboy samurai?
Can I be a cowboy with a samurai sword?
you get to decide. You get to decide.
Okay.
But like my husband, 100% samurai. Like that was such an easy choice. Like he
I
loves
love
the
this.
principles. It's interesting.
I love
right?
shit like this. I'm going to ask every one of my clients now.
Do it.
And
You
you're a
get
cowboy.
so much information.
You know you're a cowboy.
100%.
Yeah.
Like zero resonance
Yeah.
with the other ones. Yeah.
That is so cool. I mean, but that's 100% me. Like the adventure.
I have
and-
no resonance with pirate. But immediately I would
1000%.
choose that for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Travel, adventure, seeing sights. Yeah. All of it. And
So cool.
curiosities and wanting to know
Yes.
more and exploring.
The treasure, the strawberry shortcake
What
of it
can
all.
you find?
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a good question. Where did you hear this? Where did you discover this?
I don't know, but if I had to guess, probably social media.
Well, it's a gift.
That's where all the good stuff
It's a gift and a curse.
I could lie and be like, I read an article, but it would probably
If
just
I
be
say
like a reel.
I read an article, it's TikTok.
Wink, wink. Yeah, we know.
Mine is Substack because I do read a lot of
actual
Substack.
article.
That is an actual article.
You're not lying.
I am not lying.
That's true.
Yeah. But
Yeah. I don't actually go on TikTok. It would be a reel, but whatever.
so other questions that we have that are like our meat and potatoes,
We need
Get
to
her
know
done.
current obsession.
current obsession.
This is how we learn about you.
Okay. I've thought about this. I've thought about this a lot. And I am somebody with a very obsessive personality. And so I don't fall in love that often. But when I fall in love,
It's hard.
it's hard. It is so hard.
Love
I'm in love. So I feel like my current obsession might not seem current to you guys.
That's okay.
But this, what do I want to call this? It's kind of just like this, I want to call it like perverse authenticity, where like you're not actually doing anything wrong. You're not actually doing anything, you're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
But you're doing something that feels good to you that other people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, that's
like,
kind
why
of
are you doing that?
feral.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
so like for instance, I am trying to work on my knees, which again sounds like such an old lady thing. But something that you can do is walking backwards.
Yes. I've heard this.
So sometimes I'll just go walk backwards in my neighborhood, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Not illegal. It's not I'm not hurting anyone.
No.
It's just not what is expected of me.
True.
But there's something like so satisfying about the idea of somebody like looking at their like ring cam and seeing me walking backwards every day past their house.
Yes. They're like,
Okay. I just want to do this now because all of our townhomes have these ring cams on, and I just want to start doing it.
just
Just
try it.
walk
just to mess with people.
backwards in front of.
So funny.
And
All
also,
of them.
I don't know why, but when I do stuff like this, and you're a therapist, you could tell me if I'm toxic. I just love to pretend that I'm not the weird one. You're the weird one.
It's your inner rebel.
No, you're
It's like, am I gaslighting them? Because if they're looking at me, like, I love to just pretend like this is the most normal fucking thing in the world. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so in the world of regression work, we talk about where our soul's origin came from. Okay, so there's interplanetary souls, there's earthbound souls, and then there's angelic realm souls. Okay,
Interesting.
so quite typical of people that are not earthbound souls have this aspect. This is definitely me too. I don't know why people don't break out into song in the grocery line. don't know why. Like it takes everything in me to not be like just like, why are we putting stuff on the conveyor belt before the bar is down? Like, you know,
It's so funny.
Life is
it just feels like it. And so to me, it feels weird to have people on their phones and not making eye contact with each other. So souls that are usually angelic realm or the interplanetary souls, which we know where you land.
I'm interplanetary.
She's interplanetary. When these types of souls usually have a lot of like, this doesn't feel right, which I think a lot of neurodivergent people are fitting under more of those categories, right? So I love this about you, and I will come walk backwards with you. In fact, what if we started a backwards walking group?
I love it.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be funny?
This is my favorite thing about this. This like chic, beautiful, cool. Like if I'm sitting on my couch, looking out my window, and I see somebody walking backwards in front of my house, I'm going to expect it to be like,
well, your neighborhood.
My neighborhood is colorful, and I had a lot of people in crisis walking by anyway.
That wouldn't surprise you.
So it wouldn't surprise me. But if they looked and carried themselves like you, I would be surprised.
A little bit of whiplash.
I would be like,
yeah.
Now the normies are not normies.
No, it would be a little
which
alerting.
I love.
See, but this is what's so interesting, and this is what my current obsession is. It's just like, why are these like tiny acts of like being feral or authentic?
Yes.
Why are they so weird? Like, like even in the airport, I just traveled to Japan and back, and obviously that's a long flight.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to sit like this, but people go through the airport security and they sit like this.
Yes, like they're already on the plane.
They're already on the plane, and then they go get on a long ass flight and they sit like this. And then they go home and they sit like this.
Yes,
and I'm like, do you not have like a numb ass? Like,
right? Why are you not up doing yoga in the aisle?
Anything? Yes. And so
why?
That's another thing I've been doing is just allowing myself to sit in the chair, however I want to sit in the chair.
Yeah.
So like I'll do like the gargoyle.
Ooh.
Like you could just like sit like this in the airport.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like any sort of movement.
Can we try this?
Yes, just be a gargoyle. It feels amazing.
Okay.
This is how my son sits at the table. Shout out, Jack. Oh, I like this. How does that feel?
It really opens up the
space.
The sacral chakra, the root really gets to.
Yeah, if I'm feeling
I just got a massage a couple days ago. I feel like Joy would be proud of me that I can even do this right now because I couldn't move before I went in.
See,
I love this.
It's not that. It's weird, but it's not that
Is it weird?
It's that.
See,
weird.
to me, it feels like dropping any sort of like masking or letting go of society's rules. And like who says? And I think this is such a beautiful thing to be doing right now. Is like who says we should have to do things a certain way? I'm laughing because I'm realizing like the way my son sits, he's neurodivergent. But then even like when he drinks out of a soda can, he drinks from the side. Not around on a date, he won't do that. But in front of all of us, he drinks from the side, and he always takes one sock off when he comes home. And it's just like what he does. And I'm like, I'm like, why do you drink like that? He's like, why not? This is what my body, I like
What
this.
are the rules around this?
Why are there so many fucking rules? You know, I'm going to have a therapy session for a second here for myself. But literally this morning, I'm talking to Jim about I'm processing. I'm in it right now. And I was like, you know what? We just did this dance class together. And my gentle challenge to myself is this. It is letting myself show up. What I said was, I'm going to start publicly showing up in places and gently forcing myself to do things I'm not good at. Like we do karaoke regularly. Amanda,
I'll be there next time. I'll be there next time.
I know you were invited, but you couldn't come, and I forgive you. But I literally have been considering taking voice lessons so that I could sing karaoke. And then this morning I was like, what the fuck, dude? Just sing the karaoke. I'm not there yet. But like my internal self is I'm going to go get good at a thing in private before I can come out in public and do it. But this is this inner rebellion of like, I don't have to be normal. I don't have to be good at a thing. I love this. Also, I'm adopting it for my new obsession. I was already there a little bit, but like just the little acts first to start tearing that down for me, it would be a therapeutic thing to start tearing down some of those walls. And I love that you just do it. You just walk backwards in your neighborhood.
It's so liberating,
it's
isn't it?
liberating, yes. It feels like civil disobedience.
Yes.
Which always feels delicious.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. Especially when there's been so many rules for so long.
And it's interesting because I don't know if you guys felt like this when you were kids, but I felt like there was so much freedom, but also there were so many rules. Like, oh, I can't wait to grow up so that I don't have to be subject to so many rules. And then we grow up into this nightmare.
To the rules.
It's even more rules.
Like, I don't think there's anything more claustrophobic than adulthood. Because what happened is now we have to, we can only be our authentic selves in our house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not even in our backyards. If your neighbors can see in your backyard.
I will say something. I have these moments sometimes when I'm driving here from my house, and I see, not that I'm glorifying or anything like that, being houseless, but I think there is a freedom to being, they have shed in so many ways all of the boxes and rules and all the things. And I mean, obviously, again, not glorifying that.
No.
But there's something, I'll see people, you know, and maybe it is substance, I don't know, but just dancing their butts off on the street corner. And I'm like, you know, how do you be that free without substance, of course? And again, not assuming, but sometimes. And I think there's something for me that's always so attractive to just seeing people be themselves. And that's what like the dopamine dressing for me is. And by the way, this outfit would be really good with a leopard print little, like a handkerchief tied, like very cowboy
Kick
style.
Up the dopamine
Yes.
Oh, I'm feeling this for this specific and also
Yes.
red nail club.
Oh, I almost painted my nails red this morning. Ran out of time.
You were feeling it.
Okay, I did want to say there was a portion of my life where I was unhoused. And it did have, I'm not glorifying this. It's not an easy thing. However, it does carry those feelings. Like you don't have, like I lived out of my car for like 3 months.
Okay.
And it was kind of liberating.
Right.
Like I could drive my house wherever I wanted.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think it's, I do. I think it's very liberating. It's very freeing to be like, this is my little life.
Yeah.
And I can do anything.
Yes.
I'm not bound by these four walls. I'm not bound by these rules because I'm kind of on the fringe of the rules. Do you know what I mean? There's no rules here.
Yes.
It's the Wild West.
It is. It is. And there is that version, like the van life people right now. It's there's a version that's not entirely going into a place of crisis. Like, you know what?
Yes.
We don't have to go all the way to a place of being in crisis. There are ways to get there consciously that can provide the same freedom. We just have to be brave enough to do it.
So what we're going to do is we're going to meet next week at the Fred Meyer and we're going to walk backwards through the store. And then once we get to the checkout, we're going to
break out into song.
We're going to break out into song.
Spin around.
Yeah.
Finger guns out.
The bubble gums. The bubble gum.
And we're going to sing.
Right there.
Imperfectly.
Yep.
Wow. I'm in.
What's the next lyric?
I don't. I'm making it up. I'm making it up.
Oh, it's improv.
So I said,
she is the
bubble
queen of
gum.
improv. And I literally am already having a panic attack about it.
Do we want to practice this?
No,
this is
I want to move on to the next topic.
Kelly.
I auditioned for an improv group when I was in college, and it was so bad.
I love improv.
I literally, my entire brain froze.
Oh.
And the only thing I could say was yellow every single time.
I bet it was hilarious.
Yellow.
And I went home and I told my roommate, don't tell anybody about that. We're never speaking
And here we
about
are on a
it
podcast.
We never
Like revealing the
I've
tea.
healed.
The
I've
tea.
healed.
Good.
You know what I just realized? We talk the
ritual.
tea with the tea. It's the tea.
It's the ritual.
I love it.
Yellow.
Symbolic.
Finger guns.
Okay, so this.
Bubble gum.
Yeah.
Nope.
Just go.
Okay,
Then
you can't look at her when you do it.
Then my brain goes blank, and I'm like, all I hear is bubblegum, 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 bubblegum,
That's
bubblegum, bubblegum, bubblegum.
It's kind of like yellow. The minty
Just
gum. Hey, we're gonna practice this. The thing is it's not for performance. It's for to feel joy.
I'm working on this. This is the next level of feral for me. I feel like, wow, I'm just having a therapy session.
Go.
Thanks for
Hey,
coming
delicious.
to my
Go
therapy
off.
session
I love
today.
this.
Go off.
I feel like I'm feraling backwards. Like many people start out by, you're already well into feral, but like I'm doing dopamine.
I'm not going back.
I'm dopamine dressing. Like that's somebody's starting point, right? Like I'm going to allow myself this act of inner rebellion, this walking backwards. This is opening a door to something feral to me. I feel like I have internalized feral and no fucks about all of the big things. And now I'm like, and can I dress ferally? I don't know. I'm scared. Like it's backwards in my brain.
I'm going to call bullshit on that. And here's why.
Wow. Here's
go. Why. You shaved your head.
Yeah. And that's exactly it. It was like this outward expression of this major internal thing that I had done. And so it didn't feel big because I had already
okay, but
done all the
it is.
things.
Do you see that?
I do see that. I see what you're saying.
Are you giving yourself enough credit for how
my feral doesn't look like your feral?
Okay.
It's not whimsical.
Okay.
It's samurai.
Oh, we've landed on samurai.
Circled to samurai.
Okay.
I can see
We're
that.
just workshopping this. We're
workshopping this.
We're gonna figure this out.
But
This is the
I do think sometimes too, we don't give ourselves enough credit, right? For what we do.
That's true.
Because I even see you showing up with Wanda sometimes, and she's just crazy. That's Kelly's name for her hair, if everyone doesn't know.
Wanda be wild.
I've met Wanda.
For those of you who are just listening, Kelly has a kind of a faux hawk, pixie-esque iconic hair color, beautiful silver color. I always forget. I'm like, I have to describe this stuff too for those that are not just watching, right?
Oh, it's so much work.
But sometimes you just are like, you kind of have a fuck it attitude, and it's a positive thing that sometimes I see that I know that I would have a hard time doing. Like, remember when we did a retreat together, and I was saying how we did a feral day. It was called our Feral Friday. And I was like, for me, it's a big deal to not put my eyebrows on. I have eyebrows, but I just highlight them, right? And for me, that feels like, ooh, like a little edgy. And you would think looking at me like I wouldn't have a problem with that. Right. But that is an edge for me. And I don't know why. I mean, I do. I think I don't like the way I look without them. I think I look washed out or a little less me.
Yeah.
Whereas I've watched you're just like, I don't give a fuck, so I don't know if it's
true.
If it's that I think we all have different ways of being feral of expression, but I think a lot of it is like what we're comfortable with, like for me, I cannot imagine shaving my head. I look at you, I've seen when you did it and I've seen other people, like there's this girl that works at Trader Joe's that just is like gorgeous with a shaved head. I can say confidently in my lifetime, I don't think I'll ever do that. Maybe I will, but like if I get pushed far enough by the patriarchy, but which if we're not there yet, then I probably won't. Yeah. Because it's pretty far.
It's today.
Don't tempt me.
Would you shave your head?
I literally, if I put my head up against the wall and I move it, I'm pretty sure there's a corner on my head. I will never shave my head.
Oh.
Well, I have a flat spot.
Yeah, there's no way.
See, you've got a beautiful dome.
Yeah, but I didn't know. I mean, you don't know until there's nothing covering it. And I was like, well, thank God.
I don't want to know.
This is true.
It's okay.
It's something I don't want to know about myself.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate this perspective. And I'm going to run with it. And probably my human design plays into it.
Well, okay. What is being feral? It's like, I feel like it is the most honest form of authenticity.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right? And authenticity is going to look different.
Yes.
Like for me, being feral is not improv. That's not, that's not how it looks to me. That's not where I feel the most myself, but I love seeing people who are feral in
Doing
that form.
it.
Yes.
I call it making a scene.
Love it. Love it. Yes.
It's, I appreciate that because there is an aspect of like in dance class the other night when we had to like strike a pose to a thing. That's not something I enjoy. I'm in dance class to do this thing and to force myself to enjoy being something is actually going backwards.
It's the opposite
to me.
Yes.
It's like, I don't want it. Yes, you're all having this fun, silly thing. That doesn't feel fun to me.
There were some that were not feeling that too.
But I put this pressure on myself of like, oh, I have to be outwardly, loudly having fun doing this thing that nothing in me enjoys.
I think it's kind of interesting that I feel like this feral kind of ties into vulnerability and how vulnerability looks so different with other people as well. Like I'm very honest. People would be like, oh, you're so comfortable being vulnerable. I'm like, that's actually not my form of vulnerability. Talking about my stuff.
Yes.
That doesn't feel vulnerable at all.
Exactly.
There's other things that are going to feel way more vulnerable to me that you don't get to see.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Like, go ahead. Singing bubblegum in the grocery store.
Okay.
Yes. Or even going to a dance class. That would be outside of my comfort zone.
Oh, for sure.
But I
also feel like allowing myself to become more vulnerable so that I can be more carefree is okay.
Right.
Like there's a balance. There's something there. Anyway, I'm tired of talking about me.
I think it's about trying, but it gets to be about you. It gets to be about all of us, right? I mean, even though it is all about Bex in a big way.
Yes.
But I think, so kind of to further workshop the word feral, I love that we're kind of talking about this, is part of being feral, like the big part for me seems like getting out of the boxes. And if going to a dance class where they say strike a pose makes you feel like you're in a box, like you should have to do something that goes against the grain of like what's inside of you, is that really getting out of the box?
Right.
And I think it takes sitting with yourself and just saying like, okay, wait a minute though. Am I uncomfortable with striking a pose because it feels like I'm being told what to do? And, do I want to actually have a desire to strike a pose and that feels good to me? And I know I need to work on that. Or like do I actually want to go to a dance class and kind of know I want to try that? Like there's a curiosity, or spark there. Sure. Well, maybe that's me needing to kind of put myself out there a little more. But if you're just like, no, I see this and it's going against everything inside of me, then that's not feral. That's actually you making yourself do something you don't want to do, which is what did you say about adulthood? You said
it's claustrophobic.
It's claustrophobic.
Yes.
So fuck that. Don't strike a pose.
Not doing it. I'm never striking.
I have chills. 100%.
So good. So
we don't have to sing bubblegum.
So
I mean, I'm going to, but I am so comfortable with that. And that doesn't seem feral to me.
It feels good when you are in your authenticity, when you are feral. That feels good.
And but you, like, to your point, to both of your points, to me, that doesn't seem feral. That feels normal. Right. I mean, in high school, I was talking in a British accent to my friends and introduced myself to a guy, got his phone number, kept it up for a month while we had a long distance relationship in a British accent, only to meet him in person and finally have to like shed that because I wanted to make out with him. So to me, that's just normal. That's just me being me.
I just love it.
I am obsessed. I love it.
Okay. I want to hear, speaking of boxes and things that hold us in place, one of the things that Kelly and I have really coined in here, it was Kelly's term, is breaking bad moment, right? So in your life, we've shared our breaking bad moments in our podcast episodes. I'm curious. Kelly's curious. What is your
story?
Yeah. What's your breaking bad?
Bex? And it's obviously you're going to have to give us some backstory to get to the breaking bad part.
Okay, I was wondering if the backstory would be all right.
Backstory is great.
I want
a little context.
We are here
We got time.
We pay monthly for this.
Look how much tea is in these cups. We have plenty of time.
We're going to have a tea break for sure if we drink all this.
Okay. Maybe. My bladder's doing
Remember, I
good.
also chugged a Diet Coke, so.
Yeah, well, if we need to pause.
If we need a pause, we can pause.
But
right now,
story away.
Okay, so I think both of you know, I was raised Mormon, but also I was kind of thinking of my story kind of through the lens of like this podcast, like being feral. And honestly, for the most part, like my childhood, I had an extremely feral childhood. So
tell us about it.
my family is from Alaska, and my parents ended up splitting when I was very young, and my grandma had a farm in Alaska. And so it was like super feral. Like I was outside in the chicken coop. I was outside, you know, in the strawberry fields, like whatever. And I remember one of my favorite places, they had this abandoned trailer that I would just go hang out in. And it was just like shattered glass.
Cool.
Like shattered glass everywhere. Like
go play a camping trailer.
But I don't need to watch you. You'll be fine.
Go play.
Yeah. And I remember being super young, completely unmonitored, just like set free in like in the mud, in the tundra. And so that was my childhood. I very much feel grateful that I got the childhood of like the go outside, we'll see you at dinner kind of. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Like didn't wear shoes most of the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes.
You're very much a Gen Xer, even though you are.
Yes.
I was going to say she is.
Yeah.
That's not how most,
are you a millennial?
Yeah, she's a millennial.
I am a millennial, but I do think, I think my background kind of.
For sure.
It sounds like how we grew up.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes. And so super, super grateful for that. Like super wild kid, outside all the time. Yeah. No shoes, grubby, dreadlocked hair. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you think that's an Alaska thing, like being very rural?
I think definitely where my family's from, super rural. We're from like 4 hours away from Anchorage.
Wow.
So, which is actually pretty close for Alaska terms.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but it's, like big property, everything's expensive. It was almost this community where like you barter with your neighbors. So like our neighbors had like Iditarod dogs. Oh, cool. We got to go play. And I remember going over and they'd have to like chip the frozen pea off of like the posts where the dogs were hanging out.
Oh, wow.
Like it was, I have all of these memories. Do you know what I mean?
Wild.
So I'm very grateful for that. But my mom ended up getting remarried and we ended up moving to Colorado. And again, very feral, outside, whatever. And so I'm grateful that is my background. But everything, I feel like my story is kind of mostly feral with like brief moments of intense domestication.
Yes.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so I remember puberty being so incredibly brutal for me. Because if you take like this wild child, and then I just remember it just coming in so harshly, and so there was just this very stark difference. Like one day I'm playing in the mud, I'm like playing like a kid. And then I remember coming inside and all of a sudden all of my clothes are like out of my wardrobe because they're no longer appropriate. Do you know what I'm saying? Or going to church one day and everybody treating me like this wild child, and then going the next day and all of these women telling me to like pull my shirt up. I'm distracting the boys. And being, it was just so brutal. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And it sounds like, and I can relate to this, I'm sure you can too, Kelly. It's like, it feels like it happens overnight.
That is how it felt. Like it broke my neck. It happened so fast. And it felt like the first time where everything, all of these things that I like cared about, which was just like playing. Like I'm still a kid, were just completely taken from me. And now I am like this mantle for all of these people's expectations. Like now I am supposed to act like a sexually mature
How disorienting.
adult. It was
Totally.
I can like feel it in my chest
This
right
is
now.
making me so sad hearing you speak this and just realizing that I've never framed that experience for myself in that way.
It was like very devastating. Yeah. And I think what was so hard about it is I looked at myself the same way.
Yeah.
And everyone else is looking at me differently and realizing that they are putting all of those expectations on me.
Yeah.
So
can I ask you a question? This is in the Mormon faith, correct?
Yeah.
Is that a typical, like, once you get your first bleed or whatever, like that is indicative of things change for a child? Is that a typical part of the Mormon faith, or what, just maybe kind of unique to your experience? Do you know?
I don't feel like there's any sort of tradition around like first periods or anything. However, they have a very difficult relationship with sexuality.
Right.
Yeah.
Like loads of shame.
So much.
Sex is bad.
Yeah.
And especially for young women, like I was indoctrinated with this idea that I was tempting.
Right.
You know, and I was 11 when I hit puberty.
Honey.
Yeah.
And so this, as an 11-year-old, this was having all of these women in church telling me that I was being inappropriate for just living in my body.
Gosh.
Also, this was the first time that like a grown man hit on me. Was 11.
Wow.
And that's not even the first time it happened that year.
Yeah.
Like it was just so disorienting. And I think, you know, you guys were feral kids, but like, and you also love nature.
Yeah.
One of the most beautiful parts about nature and like having this relationship with like the woods and the rivers and the rocks is that you kind of disappear. Like you're invisible, you're enveloped. And so there's no sense of like self-consciousness because you kind of just feel connected. You're one, right? And I feel like this experience like robbed me of that. I was suddenly hyper visible to everyone in my community. And I just remember feeling like this really deep sense of self-consciousness. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
After so much freedom.
After so much freedom. And so I feel also at this time, I think it's a lot less taboo, but like at this time, the community I lived in was very anti-mental health.
Okay.
So like if you are depressed, it is because you want attention. If if everything was for attention. So none of this stuff was like legitimate. But I remember if I had to think of a time where I felt depressed in my life, it was 100%.
Of course.
Well, isn't it true too that, because I see this with certain clientele, but there's such a push to lean on elders in the church instead of actually seeking mental health therapy outside.
Yeah, that's a practice that still goes on today. Like you go to your bishop. You're struggling, you go to your bishop.
Go to a man as a young woman who's feeling this.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And at this time, I think policies might have changed, but at this time you were with a completely unqualified man by yourself in a room where it was inappropriate for anybody to be in there with you.
Right.
So it was just...
how unsafe.
100%.
Like how unsafe to your nervous system to experience that.
Yes. The whole thing was just awful, honestly.
Yeah.
So I think in my like preteen mind, this was kind of my stage 1 of domestication, where I'm like, okay, maybe if I do all of the things, maybe if I dress how I'm supposed to dress and I act how I'm supposed to act and I pretend that I'm excited to be a wife and a mother one day, maybe all of these feelings will leave and I won't feel so ungodly visible to everyone around me.
Yeah.
Is that relatable for you?
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you try even harder?
Oh, I tried to do everything. I tried to do everything right. I tried to be like the, and the thing is like, you have to be, Mormonism, they would never come out and say this.
You heard it first here.
But there's they deal with beauty a lot. How you look is very, very important.
Well, case in point, what is The Secret Life of Mormon Wives? My daughter, she's obsessed. But I'm like, the standard is so high. And it is. I remember growing up and all the Mormon girls were very pretty in school.
Yes. My issue with this has always been, my experience being a mommy blogger was when all the Mormons
oh my gosh,
took over
you were
the
in
mommy blogger scene.
Yes.
So it was like the comparison between these women was insane. And now we see it in social media. Like so many influencers it's the indoctrination. It's one of the highways to indoctrinate. This is my philosophy. You don't have to confirm or deny. Is like we're indoctrinating the world with this Mormon way of being by just showing up and creating all of these spaces that this is the life you want to live. Look how perfect we are. Look how wonderful and beautiful and blah, blah, blah. That is a thing to me.
Highly curated. It's like, look at, it's the perfectionism. Like, look, we're so perfect. Like we have it all. We're God's favorite. Right. And we have 1 million beautiful babies and we're rich and I'm talented and I got a boob job. So,
And we also have multi-level marketing.
Yes. Yes.
So I watched a cartoon years ago. My ex-husband, I think I've shared this with you, was Mormon. He was out when I met him, but his whole family. So I grew up very much in a Mormon family. But there was this cartoon that was about Joseph Smith and all this that he showed me, and it's old, like 70s old. And the guy was saying how Mormons are white and delightsome.
It's in the scriptures. It's
white and delightsome.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's 100% in the scriptures. Yeah.
Wow.
No, it's like part of, like temple worship for a very long time. Like people of color were not allowed in the temple. And in Mormonism, the temple is like the pinnacle. So if you're not sealed in the temple, if you're not married in the temple, your family is less, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to you. So you're in this putting yourself into the boxes to be more.
I tried so hard.
Yeah.
I tried so hard.
And how long, what did that look like for you? How long did that go on? How did that affect you? Whatever part of it you want to talk about.
So I ended up trying to like find my identity in this place for, until I was probably in high school. But the interesting thing is I didn't. Okay. And so I was still feeling so incredibly self-conscious. And part of that I think is because, domestication is conditional.
It's
100% conditional. It's a relationship where if you have to do all of these things in order to get this this community, these relationship, these social perks. And so there's nothing authentic about it. Right? There's no part of me that is like feeling seen or heard or loved.
Yeah.
Right?
kind of like you didn't matter.
It didn't matter unless I exhibited all of this resume for them.
Check the boxes.
I want to pause right here for a second. I think I just said putting yourself in the boxes, which is so wrong. Obviously, you were not putting yourself in those boxes.
It was my choice, though.
But
I think
it is something that we do is like, would we choose to do it if we knew there was another way? No, but it's survival.
Right.
And I think that's fair, especially since kind of how you were talking about, like even making these small decisions to be like civilly disobedient. Like the reason you were civilly obedient in the first place is because you're surviving. You're fitting in is like biologically how we survive.
Yep.
You know? So it makes sense.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. But I want to go back on that and acknowledge, like, I know you're fine, but for all the people, it's the boxes are there and we are being in the boxes, but it's really never by choice. It's by survival.
It's 100%. 100%. And I've been doing a lot of like research about like community and like community real authentic community is not something that you could actually walk away from. Like you can't, you're not paying for it.
Yeah.
You can't just opt in or opt out. That's not actually community.
Yeah. No, it's
right?
not.
Yeah.
And yes, so at this stage of my life.
And does community tell you how you have to be, how you have to act, how you shouldn't be, how you, no, I mean, it's like you said, it wasn't a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also interesting because you come from like this background where you were not accepted by your in-laws, right? And my family, so my dad actually is not a member of the church and never was.
Oh, okay.
So I came from a part-member home, and what's tricky about being in this community is there's this hierarchy, right? Of like, everybody's in, like your priesthood holder, everybody is in, like you're sealed, you're like the creme de la creme of the Mormons. And my family never was.
Oh, okay.
So we were kind of
Fringe.
Yeah.
I don't think they would say that, but yes,
You
like
felt it.
there's something inherently wrong about my family because my dad didn't choose to be sealed to us for time and all eternity, because my dad has known for a long time that there were issues with the
He was like,
no, but he's supportive of my mom. So it wasn't, I feel like I was raised under this pressure of like almost having to prove our worth in this community.
Yeah.
even more so.
Even more so.
So much judgment. So much judgment.
It was like, I seriously, I'm getting like do you feel this?
Yes.
Because I know you were raised in a very similar environment.
Yeah. I mean, just different label, but same shit.
Same sauce. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm getting, like a body response to this. Because I remember, showing up, but still feeling so lonely.
Yeah.
Like there's no authenticity. And the thing is nobody else is being authentic either.
No.
Which just kind of sucks because you had to go through all of the bullshit of the religion, and they, even when you tried to be the best version, the best little Mormon girl that you could be, it was never enough.
Never enough.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yes.
And a lot of it is how you look. So like, I remember there was like a part of me that's like, I'm going to be the best Mormon in the world. And like, which is like so egotistical, by the way.
Can you tell us how to be the best Mormons in the world? Because we might, you never know.
I don't know. I don't think I've got it in me.
Tell me. No, I never tried it. But I'm curious.
Like, I remember.
Is this like not okay?
Well, they changed the
not
policy, so you can wear tank tops now.
Okay, but can I show my bra strap?
I think maybe the tattoos are what's damning you.
You're done.
Yeah, my mother-in-law didn't like those. That was the main thing.
So you are just doing everything you can to look and be the best Mormon.
I remember, yes, I'm like, I'm going to know all of my scriptures. I'm going to do all of the things. I'm going to be a leader. I'm going to be supportive. I'm going to do literally all of the checklist items. And Mormons love checklists.
Okay.
And which I think a lot of Christians do.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
I was going to say that might be tempting for you. You like the
I love a
checklists.
checklist.
Yeah.
It's satisfying.
It is.
But the thing is I actually don't look and express myself like a lot of Mormons do. So even when I show up and say, which I'm not saying that this is true, just so you know, even if I did know the most about the church, even if I did know my scriptures or was the closest to Jesus or knew what all of the prophet taught, I didn't look like how I was supposed to.
No.
Okay.
And I never have.
Well, just physically, you're not blonde enough or pale enough.
Oh my God. I have
Or
always...
blue-eyed.
That's right. That's right. Amanda's got it.
You're not the white delight.
Although, I bleach. You could bleach and we could get you contacts.
Okay, I have always said that I am way too brunette and way too fat to live in Utah.
Wow.
Like, there's no way.
Well, if you're too fat, then we're shit. We're out.
Like,
they're not
There's
having us.
just no way.
Yeah.
Just funny, my daughter was born there, so we lived there for a very short stint.
Yeah. So did you meet your husband in the church? Were you both Mormon? Like, let's keep going in your story if you're ready for it.
Okay, I'm gonna, so when I was 15, hold on.
Yeah, no, we don't have
Just
to fast forward, but I just am dying.
I remember in high school being like, kind of like looking around, feeling so sick inside all the time, so self-conscious, like withdrawing from everyone, overthinking everything. And I just remember, I don't even remember what kind of led to this breakthrough, but I remember looking around at all my peers. I remember thinking like, nobody gives a shit about me. And I know that sounds kind of self-deprecating.
But how old?
I was 15.
That's pretty big for a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
It felt like my entire life cracked open.
Wow.
And I feel like I was able to observe the fact that like everyone is so much more concerned about themselves.
Yes.
And I'm like, and I have been too.
Yeah.
You know, I've been so concerned about what people think about me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nobody's happy, you know?
Yeah.
And so that is, that's when I was feral again.
Yeah. How liberating.
Oh my gosh. I remember, again, like this
Is that your
body
Breaking
sensation.
Bad moment?
That's
like
one of them.
Yeah. I love that there's more. Like,
yes. But as a 15-year-old in that environment, to be able, that's like not your Breaking Bad into full life, but in that is a huge Breaking Bad moment.
It literally lit everything that I
Yes.
thought and knew on fire. Like I was able to one day like slouch, you know, and like be so self-conscious about myself walking into high school, and the next day wearing whatever I wanted, expressing myself however I wanted, like not even being afraid of what people are thinking about me.
I feel like I can breathe for you.
Oh, it was amazing.
because I'm a music girl and I have this vision in my head. What would be on the soundtrack if you were to put a song or a couple songs to the soundtrack of that moment?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
She asked the best, most horrible question.
It's so specific.
Kelly's stealing her.
That's such a specific question. I remember I listened to a lot of oldies at the time.
Ooh.
So I don't know.
Like if cinematic, you walk in with the outfit, what song would be playing? It doesn't, maybe it's not a song that was playing then, but
Maybe you sing it now.
I want to know if you're more of a music person
Yes.
than I am.
What would you put?
What are you envisioning?
I'm envisioning Hole, Live Through This, or Doll Parts. Do you know the band Hole?
Courtney Love.
Courtney Love.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kind of walking
She is a
in.
baby.
She is the baby.
It's okay.
But it's like, it's grunge. I mean, it's like you're walking in and
Heavy guitar.
yeah, and just kind of,
Angsty.
She says, I want to be the girl with the most cake.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's what she says. And you just walk in
Your
and you
impression is amazing.
You walk past your science teacher that you hate and you're like,
It was just like
that's what I'm feeling.
Yes.
liberating. Like not. Thing is I think sometimes we think indifference is bad, but it felt beautiful to me to be like, you can like me or not, and I don't care.
Wow.
Did you do finger guns?
Probably. They come out a lot. That's the cowboy. in me.
Cowboy.
It's your cowboy.
I know.
I think I cannot get over at 15. It's literally the time in the life of a young woman that would be hardest to have that awareness and then to be willing to even if it wasn't perfectly like, you know, we get ups and downs and ins and outs, but like to be able to connect with that awareness at 15. Wow.
Thank you.
I think developmentally it makes sense to be trying on new things at that age.
Yes.
But we're going more than just like your outfit or like, I don't have to act this way. It's to recognize the thing that you said was, oh, it doesn't really matter because everyone's so focused on themselves that they're not even paying attention to me, which I think a lot of people in their 40s and 50s still haven't figured out.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's big.
I do feel like that was maybe the single most liberating thought of my life.
Interplanetary.
Yeah.
Are you calling it right now?
We don't even need to do anything more around that.
So I was feral for a very long time.
So what did that look like when 15 came and you're like, oh, I can do it? What did that then look like for you?
I gave myself permission to think I was a good person and experiment. which I know sounds silly, but when you're indoctrinated so thoroughly that like, if you do this, you're bad, or
you challenged it.
Yeah. And I'm like, this is actually, so I was able to recognize the tension between, this is actually what feels authentic to me. Okay. This feels natural. This feels good. And this is what I'm being told should feel natural, should feel good. And I recognized that they weren't the same. So like, I did, like, I would smoke cigarettes sometimes socially, or hang out in parties, or trespass, and I know this sounds like, I kind of have a theory that if you're not a teenage dirtbag when you're a teenager, you become a teenage dirtbag later.
That could have been the song that was playing. But I like Hole too. Yeah. But it's true.
That's such a true statement.
It comes to get you.
It's at some point.
But you were a teenage dirtbag at
a mild teenage dirtbag.
I'm not, I will say, I have a pretty mild temperament. Like I'm not, I'm not the center of attention. That's not what, where I love to be. And I am very curious though. So like I do a lot of things, but I do think my temperament, I think I get away with a multitude of sins if I'm being honest.
Okay. Back to walking through the neighborhood backwards. Like, oh, she's cute. She's not crazy.
She just goes,
right?
It's your privilege.
I think I get away with a lot. I really do.
Good for you.
Roll with it. Roll with it. Use that power for good, though.
Yes. I have been trying. Yeah. That's that. Yeah.
So you stayed in the Mormon faith. Like you were still there physically, right?
I was there until my parents moved away, but it was mostly to support my mom. Right. And it was still also, I lived with her. Like,
you're a
she
child.
Still had, my parents still had control over, my resources and my social life.
Of course. So was there an inner, I know my version of this story, there was this inner turmoil of my inner feral rebel self and my parents like not being in support of that. There's that inner turmoil, and also I must be a jerk that I'm, or I must.
There definitely
did you experience some of that?
There definitely was a little bit of that. Like, I think the guilt, I think there definitely felt feelings of guilt, but also I'm the second child of 4. And some of my siblings were higher needs. Yeah. So like they acted out more. And that's another thing. So I do think I kind of flew under the radar.
Yeah.
Because my parents were always looking in a different direction. Yeah. And again, I'm not, you guys know me. I'm not somebody that's going to be like, scream, pay attention to me.
Yeah.
That's not me.
Question.
Sure.
Dad not being Mormon, did he see what was going on a little bit at all? Do you think more so than mom did?
I think my dad growing up gave very mixed messages.
Okay.
Because he was very supportive of my mom. Like if we tried to sneak food on like Fast Sunday, be like, get out of the kitchen. like he was like the enforcer for my mom. But at the same time, like he would make comments about how it's a really good idea to get like a fake ID, and that's what he would do if he was me.
Yeah.
Oh, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I never knew if he was I never knew if he was going to be the enforcer or like the confidant.
Interesting.
You're like, are you cool?
So I just assumed that he was the enforcer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
that's safe.
Yeah. I kept. Yeah.
Keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kept like a lot of. I guess my life under wraps.
Yeah.
And it did. It just felt like coming home, like being feral. It's like, again, this authenticity of like, I'm not a bad person because I'm enjoying this. This is just
I love it.
Living beyond the rules.
Wow, how incredible.
Did you stay, because you said this is the first time, the first iteration of being feral. Was there a time when that shifted and you went back into domestication?
For sure. And I'm going to tell you what happens. This is also, so you asked me, you guys sent me the text and you're like, let's talk about like moving from Mormonism to mediumship.
Yeah.
But there was a point where I moved from mediumship to Mormonism. Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. And so when I met my husband in San Francisco, we both lived in San Francisco at the time. This was after I was unhoused. I got a job offer and moved to San Francisco.
Oh.
So
okay.
Things turned around for me.
Yes.
Anyway, I was living my life, living my best feral self, going to bars, going to concerts, like just super fun. And there was one day I was just feeling really drained. And so I went home early, went to bed early. And as you can believe me or not, as I went to bed, I turned the lights off and I immediately knew that something was in my room. And so I felt a presence. I felt a spirit standing in the corner of my room. And I cannot fully communicate the level of fear that was in my body.
Yeah.
Like full paralysis, like literally frozen in fear. And I couldn't move. And so I'm frozen and I'm just looking and there's this presence and I could feel them and I'm terrified. And I could feel it move from one side of my room to the other, like right next to my bed. And I was like traumatized.
I bet.
So incredibly terrified. And so eventually I felt this spirit leave. And I turned the lights on and I'm like, obviously I need Jesus.
Okay.
Like
always the first
like
instinct.
Like this doesn't happen to people who don't need Jesus. So
This is clearly because I was out drinking last night.
yes,
I got you.
clearly. Yeah.
That was a demon, and now I have to go back to Jesus so
Repent.
I can be safe.
Yes. So this
Go
was
talk to the bishop.
literally scared straight. Literally didn't know where else to go. Called the bishop.
Yeah.
Didn't like set foot in a Mormon church. Called the bishop. I'm like, this thing happened to me. He listened to me. And
Is this in Colorado?
this is in San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
And he he's like, okay. He totally believed me. He like gave me a blessing, like a Mormon blessing. And then he's like, you can't tell anyone about this. He's like, you. And so now I'm on a podcast telling people about this.
Sorry, Bishop.
Sorry.
But
It wasn't the science teacher, it was the bishop.
it was actually lovely.
Okay, sorry, guys.
We take the finger back, but we're still telling.
Yes. But yeah, so I literally was scared straight. Like, I'm like, this does not happen to people who don't need help.
Yeah.
So, and I remember growing up, I had loads of spiritual experiences, as most feral people do, because you're in the woods, you're connected, right? To like this earth source energy. And
Yeah.
I just remember like sleeping with the lights on for like a week.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
Like I can feel that fear.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I was scared straight. Okay. So I went back to church. Straight, wink, wink, yes. I ended up meeting a bunch of really beautiful, colorful, vibrant people. And I actually ended up meeting my husband.
Okay.
In the San Francisco Mormon
Which, if I'm going to be honest,
reconnection.
it's the best breed of Mormon.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
So if
I
we
bet.
want to go to the Mormon church, go there.
For sure.
And he's a ginger.
He's a ginger.
Okay.
we love a
And
ginger.
if you guys are familiar with human design, he's also a reflector.
Oh, yeah. I saw that in your post.
So the funny thing is I feel like growing up in Mormonism, they always talk about like being a wife and being a mother. And I remember growing up and all of these like big play dates, all of these wives would come together and they would just like drag their husbands. Like it was just, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Just like getting together and just talking mad shit about their husbands.
Yes.
And then these are the same women that are like, it is your duty to have a celestial marriage and crank out a bunch of babies. And I'm like,
You're miserable.
Yeah. Why would I do that?
yeah, you guys didn't make it look that fun. Yeah, you know? And so I never wanted to get married. I didn't want to have kids until I met my husband.
Wow.
Yeah.
But he's different.
He is the single most unique person I have ever met in my life.
Wow.
And he's unpredictable. He's not like a Mormon male.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Refreshing.
He's refreshing. I've literally never met a single other person like him. Like he's just.
Can you talk real quick for people who don't know about human design about what you said he's a reflector and it is one of the most rarest types. Can you talk a little tiny bit about that for a second?
Sure. So in human design, there are 5 different types. And human design is kind of all about your unique energy blueprint. that we're all born with. We're all born with like this kind of code for authenticity, if you will. And depending on what is connected and not connected in your chart, it kind of dictates what type you are. And I use type loosely because what it's telling you is kind of things that you need for like your energetic hygiene that other people don't. And so reflectors are extremely rare. There's like 1% of them in the whole entire world's population.
I didn't realize that. Wow.
Yes, one of the rarest combinations, and definitely the rarest type. And it looks like their entire chart is undefined. So usually everybody has at least a center or two or a bunch colored in, and reflectors, everything is white with just a few gates.
Wow.
So they have they're extremely resilient, actually. So like they kind of are human thermometers or human mirrors. And so when you're around a reflector, they're there to kind of take the temperature to see if the environment is healthy or to see if like a community is healthy.
Interesting.
They're very, very fascinating. But they're also, again, we call it like the Teflon aura.
Oh, I like that.
They're very hard to ruffle.
Okay. I was going to say, is he very open too?
He's very open. He's just unflappable.
Yeah.
Like anybody could sit next to him.
I wonder if Jim's a reflector.
I would look it up. Sure.
I will look it up and see.
Yeah. Josh is not. He's a generator.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. So he's just a rare bird. Literally never met anybody like him. Yeah. And it's interesting because you could tell a lot I guess you could tell a lot about a person based off of how they react to a reflector. And so when we got engaged, I didn't know he was a reflector, obviously.
Yeah.
And he would meet some of these more maybe performative friends of mine in the Mormon church where they felt like they had to put on this, like the mask. They're doing all the things. And they would feel so deeply uncomfortable with him.
I bet.
Okay.
Because
he sees them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is he's actually pretty much a man of few words.
Yeah.
So like he could sit there and it's almost just like his
presence.
His presence, the lack of needing to fill the silence that just drives some people crazy. Yeah.
If Jim's not a born reflector, he has honed the skill of being one. It's like, are you a reflector or was that a trauma response?
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess it could be both.
Yes.
Oh, God.
I want to hear so much more about him. You are just such a wealth of knowledge about human design. I have to know before we move on. I'm a Manny Gen, which I think is pretty common.
I'm a projector.
You're a projector, and
I'm also a projector.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
You're self-projected, correct?
I can't
Are
remember.
you emotional?
I don't remember.
I think you're self-projected.
I think so. I don't even know what that means, but I say yes.
It's really beautiful because they say that self-projected projectors should have a podcast. So
Here we go.
Well, clearly
We're doing
you
it.
have just, I don't even know. Like my sense would be that is what you would be.
Self-projected. Here we go.
I feel like it's the
so
powers in your
incredible.
voice. I feel like that's what we talked about.
Yeah. We did a reading. That was my first introduction to you because I was just drawn to you and then drawn to this and just really looking for some answers. And learning that about myself was huge. And it's been emerging lately in my own work too, in a big way. And I don't know, I love it. And I'm really happy to hear that you're back into it. I mean, obviously if that wasn't your jam anymore, but you're so good at it too.
It's my jam, guys.
Yeah, it's your jam.
I just have to do it on my terms.
Yes. Oof. That I will just say in the community of the Wild West right now, I think all of us are experiencing I have to redefine my terms around this of how I show up in it.
Yeah.
Almost all of us are feeling that and have been. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you connected in San Francisco and
I got married and
in the temple.
In the temple. We actually eloped to the temple in Hawaii.
Oh.
Which is another reason why I loved him, because all of these, he lets me do whatever I want, guys.
I love a man that lets me do whatever I want.
That's the only kind to have. That's the only kind to have.
The only kind I'm interested in.
Adjusting. I'm adjusting.
Yeah. So yeah, he let me do whatever I wanted. I wore a blue dress. It was great. I could do whatever I wanted, guys.
What a
I'm
good
like,
man.
All I want is...
That's how it should be.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, I just want a snow cone after this.
Oh, I love it.
So you eloped in Hawaii. I also eloped in Hawaii.
Stop it.
But then what we had after was pancakes. You had a snow cone and we had pancakes.
I'm
Love
obsessed.
it.
I'm obsessed. We have so much aligned.
You really do.
Oh my gosh.
It's projector stuff.
We're connected.
We love you too.
I'm just over here being the old lady.
Whatever. You're walking backwards with us.
I'll walk backwards. I won't sing, but I'll walk backwards.
I just kind of wonder what the impact of a whole group walking backwards would be versus just one person. I'm interested.
Like a walking
try it
club,
out.
like we go through
Yes.
Manitou and we're walking backwards.
That'll be so
This
fun.
needs to happen.
I'm interested.
Okay.
Yeah. Experiments. I love a
start
good
it.
experiment.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. I got married, and my husband, by the way, I feel like I need to preface this. He did not put any pressure. He married me because I was feral. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had a really hard time with the identity shift of being a wife and mother when I did not prepare myself ever in my life to be a wife and mother.
Yeah.
And the expectations, whether you're in the Mormon church or not,
Right.
they get you.
Yeah.
Like everyone has an opinion on how to be a good wife, and everyone has 10 opinions on how to be a good
Absolutely.
mother.
Absolutely.
And so honestly, like, yeah, just being married I didn't know how to bridge the gap between being this authentic feral self that I had experienced for, this number of years.
Yeah.
And this new life of mine. Like, how do I trespass?
Right.
And do all of these things that I love to do while being a mom or while being a wife, when everyone also makes stupid comments like, oh, your poor husband, or, oh, like, garbage. Like, yes. Yes. And so that was another thing.
Such a narrative.
It's suffocating. It's so suffocating.
Yeah.
And yeah. So this was my last stage of domestication, where I didn't know what else to do. I'd never lived this life before. And so I felt like conforming was the safest thing to do.
Yeah.
You know?
I can tell you my choice was to not perform, and then it just went straight psychosis. So you chose well.
Right. I mean, and it is.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go back to survival. Like, and I think we do this as women, as humans in our evolution a lot. Like, you kind of go in and you go out and you go in. And then I think there comes a time where you're just like, no, I'll never go back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes. And I think what's interesting is you could leave. When I left the church, when I was a teenager, when I felt like I left, I was out. I did 0% deconstructing.
Yeah.
I just left.
Yep.
And so if you don't deconstruct, if you don't break it apart, guess what?
You'll be back.
It just, it just lurks.
Yep.
It's just,
Thank you for putting that into such perfect words. You're so right.
it's the boogeyman. It's just kind of always right there. If you don't actually break it down and, show it the door, it's always on your shoulder.
So true.
Right? Yes.
And I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I didn't do any deconstructing.
Yeah.
So I was still fully indoctrinated.
Yeah.
I just,
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and coming from someone myself who hasn't had to do religious, a little tiny bit, but compared to the two of you, none, or very little. But how do you do that, right? Like, what is the process? I mean, at 15, it's one thing. Like, how do you know how to do that? Like, there needs to be a little more wisdom under your belt to be able to deconstruct that for yourself.
Oh, for sure. And I also think with Mormonism, so something the Mormon church tells you not to do is they say, don't look at anti-Mormon literature, AKA Mormon history texts.
So they weren't under the rocks.
Yes. So before like smartphones, it was actually really difficult to get a hold of like this anti-Mormon literature.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, like when I grew up, I didn't know anybody who left the church. And part of it is because nobody had access to this information. Nobody had access to the truth. And now, everybody has all of the information at their fingertips.
Yeah.
And so you see people coming away from the church all the time.
Yeah.
Easier.
Well, and also another part of it for me, I mean, not Mormon, but similar. When people would leave the church and there was this idea of they're out in the world and they're not okay.
Yeah.
Like, they're being deceived.
Yes. And there's the shunning kind of, but then like the rumor mill is like, oh, they're not doing well. Like they're struggling. They're not okay. And then enter like social media or ways of seeing into people's lives and being like,
they're thriving.
They're good. I'm jelly. Like,
wow, look at her hair.
There was also, we totally did that too, except it was almost just like, well, they can't actually be.
Yeah, that must not be right.
They're deceived. They're just pretending.
Right.
Or do you
Let's
know how
pray for them.
Yes. Do you know how many people have like just assumed that I'm an alcoholic because I've left?
So what you're saying is you're
As
not.
one does.
I'm actually not an alcoholic. I actually don't drink, but you could have asked.
Wouldn't it be lovely just to be asked?
Just ask me.
But could they have assumed that you were a porn star?
Not with these tits, but
For that, there's a market for everything.
There is. At least a feet. You can put some feet in it.
I love it.
they probably made the right assumption, but
Yeah. Alcoholic, meh. Porn star, nah.
probably not.
It just seems, though, that there's this bad othering that happens.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
When in all actuality, you were more than okay.
I was okay. Yeah. And so what happened is my deconstruction started. I had both of my kids, and one of my sons was just a baby, or my only son was a baby. And one of my dear, beautiful friends had a miscarriage. And this miscarriage actually really rocked my whole world because the church promises answers and promises peace and promises all of these things. And here was this experience that I'm looking like dead in the eye, and she received none of that.
Yeah.
And so that was the first time for me where it cracked everything open to possibilities of like, this can't be right. Like, this can't be everything. And so I actually went into this being like, well, if this isn't everything, it's the same thing. I'm going to learn everything and I'm going to be the best Mormon ever.
Yeah.
So I went and I researched the shit out of everything. And it was like this slow walk out of the church. And I don't have any bitterness towards the church.
Yeah.
It brought me a lot of like my favorite people.
Of course.
But also I just know authentically it is not for me, and it's not something I want associated with my children.
Sure.
Yeah. Like my kids, they feel like they're already too big for kind of the ideals of the church.
How incredible.
You know?
How incredible to have these little people who are too big to fit into that mold. And to have parents who refuse to break them into small enough pieces to fit into it.
And did you feel like there a little bit of mourning I felt like a little bit of mourning for my little self that was broken into pieces to fit. But like, like seeing my daughter, when she was born, she was the biggest person in the room, you know?
Same.
Like immediately.
I was going to say same.
Like she's just, she's going to live a big life. Yes. And so my kids kind of helped me shift out of that. And literally the month after I left the church, it felt like the first minute I left the church, my intuitive gifts literally exploded.
Wow.
Like mediumship fell into my lap, human design fell into my lap. All of these things kind of fell into my lap.
It's only been a few years, right? How long?
It's only been a few years. I think it's been 4 years. Wow. So
since this time around.
Since this kind of breakup.
Yeah. Which is I'd always say like dog years. This season of like that, it's everything. This is how I feel. Everything that I was sowing into my life during those times, as soon as I walked out, they just sprung, like the whole garden just sprung up.
Right.
And it's just like, it's all been there this whole time.
It's been culminating.
It's just, it got enough water, enough light, and enough air to explode.
Here it is.
Yeah. And it's just a waking up. It's just like getting to know yourself again. And like, oh, here it all is.
It's all there.
Yeah.
But I think too, it's like shedding that gave you permission to step into this, right? And you know, I think back to, I was telling Kelly this the other day. I got off social media for like 6 months and you were Bex Human Design. And I know I've talked to you about this. And so I deleted all my socials, like completely deleted my footprint. But then recognized that with the work that I want to do, I kind of need, it's kind of a necessary in some ways. And I got back on and I went to go find all my people again. And I looked you up and I'm like, oh, Bex, medium. And I'm like, wait, what? And I remember like messaging you, like, what are you know? And I just, I want to hear too the story, the part, because like you told me, you know, obviously in hearing more of your story today is like, this has been brewing for a really long time. So it wasn't like, oh, from the time I saw you then, it was like you decided to become a medium and woke up one day. I just wanted to also say how amazing I think it was that you just stepped into that and owned it.
Yeah.
And such a powerful thing it was. And, you know, we had a conversation about this. Like you inspired me to step into my own work in that way, like that I've been doing for so long, like you have, but it's like to just own that.
Just be honest about it. Yeah.
So it's like, I said something about permission, like letting go of the church gave you permission to fully step into you and your gifts and your strengths and all your abilities. And you're doing that for other people too. So just know that. And I love that.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the step from human design felt a lot safer for me to explore than full on mediumship.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh, night and day.
Like one is like pure, delicious information and it's still very helpful. Right. Like, but mediumship is unfiltered, right? I don't have to know anything. I just have to show up.
Yeah.
And that can sometimes feel really terrifying.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I don't know who's going to come through. I don't have like this log of information of like, oh, this is your profile lines and this is your type and this is what this means.
It's all you there. And I mean, and whatever.
It's 100% like receiving. And that has felt, so I think human design and my work in human design has really empowered me to kind of step into my mediumship because at some point I'm looking at my own chart and being like, I am not living my design. Like, I have huge indicators for intuition. And I'm like, and I am teaching all of these people how to live their designs. And I'm not being honest about mine.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that hits close to home right now. I'm like, this feels like a therapy moment for me, who's not living her full design right now either because of fucking bills.
Brutal.
I know.
Yeah.
You do still have to live in this capitalistic hellscape.
Are my boobs big enough?
Do you want a boob job?
I mean, no, I say maybe I can do that as a side job so that I can do the things that I...
Wow, we pivoted there.
Great.
Bex said that her boobs weren't big enough. I'm like, are mine? I don't know.
Listen, all you got to do is show some foot.
Show some foot?
Yeah. It's a market. You don't even have to have perfect tits for it.
This is true. Or perfect toenails.
No, people like weird shit. Anywho.
Back to you.
Pivot from that if you can.
Yeah. So last year, I just kind of decided, I feel like I had a lot of chats with Spirit about, I had to break down this fear of how people are perceiving me. Because it's always there. I feel like, especially when you're raised in such like an external environment where, you know, everybody is, you know, trying to keep up with the Joneses and everybody's, you know, checking on what you're wearing and what you're believing.
Your whole life.
Down to your underwear. Literally
down to your underwear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which you said are comfortable.
They're cozy to me.
I support it.
I like them. Yeah.
You can keep wearing them.
Are
you wearing them?
Well, that's why. Just kidding.
We're talking about, well, can you tell them the underwear we're talking about real quick?
Sure. So in the Mormon church, when you go through the temple, you receive something called endowments. And part of this endowment is it's a set of undergarments that essentially have signs and symbols in them. But
I did not realize that. Oh, talk about some spell work.
Really curious.
Yes.
Come on.
I have my own philosophy about that. I think my mother-in-law was a witch, like really, because she does all her spell work, but under the guise of religion.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No,
this is fascinating.
1000%
I had no idea about that part. And I know a lot about the Mormon church, but I didn't know that.
So they have like these imprints on the garments, and they're essentially for protection, but also for devotion. So having these close to your body, a lot of people actually believe that they protect you. Like there's Mormons love like legends, and so everybody's heard like this legend of like a man getting in a car accident and the car lights on fire and everything is burned except for where his garments were, and kind of things like that. And so they're literally thought to quite literally protect you physically, but also they're worn as devotion to kind of remember God by it literally being the first layer touching your skin. Wow.
Okay.
And there is a beautiful element to that. Like if you take the legalism and all of the other things out of it, and it's true devotion that feels true to you, that can be a beautiful thing.
I actually feel like that with most religions.
Yes,
I feel very romantic to me.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's all of the other, like the policing,
the control,
the corruption, the power dynamics.
Yes.
So that kind of ruins it for me.
Yeah, because you want to walk backwards.
I want to leave it backwards. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
but
it takes the fun out of it.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's something that you get, and you're supposed to essentially wear them for as long as you live. So everybody usually has like a drawer full of garments, and devotion towards these garments kind of vary. Like some people actually believe that your garments aren't allowed to touch the floor because however you treat your garments are symbolic of how your relationship with God is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was not like that.
So when you decided, I feel like this can be a very symbolic thing. When you decided I'm moving on and suddenly you weren't wearing your garments anymore, and that transition, was that a symbolic thing for you? Was that an emotional thing, or was that just kind of part of the deconstructing had already happened?
I think for me, almost everything is mental for me. So I actually feel like I didn't have a hard time releasing anything once I realized it wasn't real.
Yeah.
But without that deconstruction piece, I think I probably would have felt guilty and bad. Or kind of things like that. But once I'm like, okay, this actually is real.
You moved through
It's kind of going back to that same thing when you were 15 of like, not everybody's looking. Like just when the lights turn on, it's like, oh,
actually okay.
I'm
good.
I'm okay. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. So I actually feel like as I was deconstructing, like as I'm digging through all this history, I think there was so many feelings of like deep betrayal. But honestly, after I came to terms with that, I feel fine.
You're good.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm not, and it's funny because I think there's like very strong ex-Mormon spaces. And a huge part about these like ex-religious spaces is anger.
Oh, 100%.
And it's funny because I never felt Mormon-y enough for the Mormons. And I feel like I'm in the exact same place of I'm not ex-Mormon enough for the ex-Mormons.
Yes.
But you're through it is the thing. The people that are still in those spaces, and I actually work with a lot of folks I have historically who have religious trauma, and anger is such a big part of their healing process, and recognizing, I always say that our anger is the emotion that loves us the most.
I love that.
Because it shows us the injustices and when we're not in the right spaces. And so they're just there in that part of their journey, but you are different little projector, right? Because you just see things and have seen things a little more clearly or in a different way that it's like, oh, actually, I'm good.
Yeah.
So
I do resonate with that. I wasn't religious enough. Like there is part of that when you are a fringe person, and that when you're always feeling like you're trying to prove yourself, I do think the deconstruction is a lot easier maybe. And I didn't have the anger either that a lot of people have. It was just like, oh,
okay.
like, nah, I get it. Like, it's an interesting, I can't even really put it into words entirely, but I do think it's part of that being fringe that does make that transition a little different.
To me, it's almost a relief because in the Mormon community, I never felt like I was good enough. And I think there's some people that do feel like they're good enough.
Yes.
And so once they find out that, oh, actually this illusion is an illusion, I think that anger comes into play.
Yes.
Where I always felt like I was a piece of shit. And
right.
Yeah.
And
kind
like,
of a relief
you're
that I'm
already
not.
kind of a Jack
and
Mormon.
never fully bought in enough to be so wrapped up in it to be disillusioned.
Yes.
Because it's, I'm never going to be good enough, so I'm not going to fully buy in. So when I do walk away, it's like,
Totally.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I'm curious because you've told us a lot about your story, and thank you for that. Because I know that's not easy too. Just like, obviously you've done a lot of your work. You're very like healed in that journey, I can tell.
Yeah.
But just so much gratitude for you bringing that up and knowing that does bring stuff up again in the body that can be uncomfortable. I mean, we've talked about that a lot. And, but I'm wondering, and I want to make sure that you shared every part that felt important to you in your story, A, and then B, can we spend a little bit of time talking about the medium piece, whatever you want to talk about?
Please.
Yeah.
If that's something that you are picking up on here, if that's something that you've recently, maybe you did a session and it felt really powerful, anything at all, really. I'm just like, let it flow.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the path of really, whatever part of it feels alive to you, the path of discovering and then honing. I'm wondering, should we take
Do you want a break?
a few minute break, a potty break, and come back?
Yeah.
Sure.
And we're back.
And we're back. We had a pee break, and now we're back to hear all of the things that light up our friend about this stage of carry on. Go ahead.
You would hate me if I didn't do this.
Fix her.
Got it. We're good.
Fix her.
Sorry, I just know that you'd be like, why did you?
I would be like, why did I talk for an hour when that's sticking straight out of my head? Anywho, we're back.
That's what we do.
Please just, first of all, thank you for sharing
Of course.
your life with us.
A full life.
And I don't say that in a way of like, you talked way too long. Like the fullness of your life experience. I'm so grateful to just know it and understand and see more of you is so incredibly beautiful. So thank you for that.
I feel like you've also lived a lot of life in your 31 years.
Yes.
Like there's a lot there.
I am very lucky to have lived a lot of lives
Yeah.
in my 31 years.
Yeah.
But I also just want to say how special of a space both of you have created and how this like idea of being feral and certifiably feral. I hope I'm certified by the end of this episode.
Yes, you are. You will get your stamp
You'll
of
get your
approval.
certificate in the mail.
But like how beautiful is it that you guys are creating a space for authenticity? And it's like this idea of like if one person starts walking backwards, like, oh, this gives me permission to walk backwards. Like, or do the improv or, anything that is authentic is you're creating a space where authenticity is contagious. And
Thank you.
I love it. And I love being a part of it.
Can you look in the camera and say certifiably fair?
Certifiably feral.
What's
Creating a space where authenticity is contagious.
I love it. I'm going to zoom.
Tag it.
Please do. Just use it.
Hashtag
God, we show our age
contagious
all the time.
authenticity. Yeah, haven't seen that in a while, guys.
We're bringing it back.
Oh my gosh.
We bring back a lot of things.
Yes. It's funny because mediumship or intuitive arts are kind of lonely to pursue. Like a lot of people, and me included, before obviously I became a medium or realized I was a medium, I kind of thought they were scammers.
Oh, of course.
You know,
Absolutely.
you think it's bullshit, right?
Yes.
My life experience has told me that it's not bullshit, and it's tangible, and it's real, and it's impactful, and it's going to be part of my life for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Which is such a beautiful feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it can be kind of lonely to say like, oh, I'm a medium, or pursue mediumship, or again, these like psychic intuitive arts. And I have talked with Amanda and I have talked with Kelly separately. Both of these women are incredibly intuitive women.
Yeah.
Like if they wanted to, I'm sure mediumship is like totally in their wheelhouse. So I think I want to just address this idea that mediumship is accessible. Like you do not have to jump through hoops. You do not have to get certified unless you want to be certifiably feral. Then you can.
It's different.
Like you don't. It's something that is a part of you. It's just a natural expression of your soul. So there's no, you don't have to go through a temple to be a medium. You don't have to do any of these special things to be a medium.
No underwear.
No underwear. We could change that.
We could create some underwear.
I mean,
I have heard you guys talk about creating underwear.
Yep.
You know?
Medium underwear could be part of the line.
Okay. Expansion. I love it.
I just want to see like, it's going to be the fourth eye instead of the third eye. And it's actually
The coochie.
the coochie.
The coochie fourth eye.
It's the coochie
It's
fourth
the
eye.
medium
It's
symbol.
actually just a vagina with lashes. You're welcome.
This is happening.
It
Oh my
is.
gosh, I'm supposed to be quiet and I'm not being quiet.
Nah, they'll knock on the wall if we get that.
Hilarious.
That was good.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Always an idea. So much that you said I could just dive into. I want to talk a little bit about the perceiving it to be bullshit until you know it's real.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Because that is like 2 years of my story. I feel like, so I kind of was introduced to this as I was kind of learning my human design chart and also just kind of understanding this lack in my life, which was like this intuitive understanding where my whole life I was told what to do and what to believe and what to wear.
Yeah.
And so I was really completely disconnected from my intuition.
Yeah.
And so my first step was actually, I'm like, okay, like clearly my chart says that I'm supposed to be intuitive. I have literally been told by people in my life that they do not think I have an intuition. Okay, which is a little bit rude, but also just because I think I've just lived in my head for so long, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, there's something to this. Apparently it's helpful for people. I'm gonna figure it out. And I think I shared this on my intro podcast, but did you guys have like safe family words when you were a kid? Like family passwords, like you couldn't get picked up by somebody if they didn't share the family password, like the stranger danger era.
No, I think we lived in an era where it was like, I mean, if somebody wants you, go with them.
So you guys were like the milk carton kid era?
yes.
Oh, we were
Milk
latchkey
carton
kid, milk carton kid. Like, come in maybe if the streetlights come on and you've heard me yell. I mean, maybe.
I mean, if you're scared, you can come in. So
Are
does
you
that
even
answer
gone?
that for you?
Okay, so this, yes.
No
A
safe
little bit,
words.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was like the stranger danger thing. Of like,
I
here are
did
the
have that for
procedures.
my children.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So we had like a family password growing up where it was Alaska. Okay. It is null and void now, so don't use it
Yeah,
on.
it's
Don't
not
try
gonna
to
work.
use it.
It's not
No.
going to work.
I'm not going with you if you say it. So
Some guy just opens a van. Alaska.
You just
hops in.
no questions asked. I'm in.
yeah, it doesn't work on me anymore. Anyway, that was our family password. And I remember, I'm like, universe, if you want me to be intuitive, Send me a teacher. And so I was listening to a human design podcast, and I was just getting ready for bed, and they're just chatting. Like this lady, like the host, who's a human design expert, had like this intuitive lady come on, and they're chatting, and then all of a sudden there was a pause, and this lady goes, "Oh, weird. The word Alaska just popped into my head."
What?
And then neither of them acknowledged it, and they just kept trucking on trucking on their
literally
conversation.
All the tingles.
Yeah. And so I'm like sitting in bed, like frozen. I'm like, I think I found my teacher.
Wow.
And I went to her website, and she wasn't offering courses anymore. And I'm like, okay, like I'm going to trust this process. A week later, she ended up offering one last round of like this beginner intuitive course. Yes. And it was just kind of like this intuitive playground where you play with cards, you play with like auras, you play with this. And I remember during these readings, I would say something and be like, oh my gosh, that's my grandma. Or, oh my gosh, my dad just passed away, and that's exactly what, what his car looks like, or something like that. And so I kept getting like these, as I was connecting and kind of practicing this, my whole theory was that like, I am full of shit until I am proved otherwise,
Yeah, absolutely.
We've talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the curse of the knower is kind of that.
For sure. Like, prove it to me. And honestly, I kind of feel like that's how it should be.
Yes.
Right? It means that we're grounded in our work.
Absolutely.
And so, so week after week, I kept having my mind blown, and then I would gaslight myself, being like, I'd be like, oh my gosh, like I'm not full of shit. And then I'd be like, no, you are.
Did you have the conversation with your husband of like, am I schizophrenic? Do you hear... And can you tell me? Like, that was always mine. Like, you're going to tell me when I go crazy, right? You're going to stop me.
Yes. Like, you have to be my thermometer here.
Yes.
Because I do not know if I have gone too far this time.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. And of course, I'm like, I just gave a psychic reading. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not hearing me. You're not reacting to this. Like, as I'm internally reacting to this, right? Yeah, and I remember doing these readings, and I was like, I think how I viewed myself, I was still patching together like my self-worth and all this stuff through this deconstruction, right? You tear everything down and you have to build it back up. Yeah. So I'm trying to like feel good about myself, or understand who I am.
Yeah.
And so I'd like cry and be like, Spirit, you have to show up for me if this is real. Like, I don't want to do this. This is scary. And I feel like I'm full of shit. And I remember giving a reading, and she said, it was a remote reading, which is also kind of weird. I don't recommend doing that if you're starting out. And I'm just like, okay, I just wrote down everything I got. And she sent an email back being like, I'm sobbing at the beach right now. This is 100% my grandma. This is everything she would have said, every single detail. And I just remember like sobbing in my car, like smacking my head against the, like, the driver, like the wheel, being like, okay, this is the golden thread that is asking me to pull it.
It feels like the moments like where your guides were just like, oh God, she finally gets it. Like where they've been trying, and you're like, I need proof. And they're like, girl, we are giving you.
Like, like quit being so dramatic. Can you just like take it?
Yeah.
That's how it felt. And it honestly was kind of this process of self-belief, because I would take a step, like this unshaky step forward, and they would show up for me every time, and I would be so shocked every time.
Right. Sure.
And so my first reading that I ever did, so at the end of this intuitive course that I took, my mentor actually offered me a mediumship mentorship, like a private one.
Wow.
So,
and this is the Alaska lady.
This is the Alaska lady.
So wild.
Yes. So she offered me, and I'm like, should I take it? Should I not take it? I'm easily flattered, so I'll take it. And I took this mentorship, this private mentorship, and it completely kicked my ass. It was so intimidating to be like, oh, you're new at mediumship? Here, do it under like the watchful eye of
the master.
The master. And so the first reading I ever gave, she would invite all of her friends for me to read, which is also super intimidating.
Wow. Yep.
So first real face-to-face mediumship reading I've ever given. She invites her friend to come over. And I'm like, okay, spirit, like, I'm going to try. But I just remember my nervous system was like, run, hide, get out.
Maybe don't do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so her friend came on screen, introduced herself, and they're like, okay, go. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm tuning in, and I immediately felt that this was a friend. So I said, okay, I've got a friend in spirit. And at this point, you kind of have to, in mediumship, you kind of have to desensitize yourself to wanting validation, because it ruins your mediumship, because you're like, I have a friend. You know, you're like opening your eyes, making sure everything.
How are you reacting to that information?
Yes.
I have to just say there's so many parallels between this and being a therapist.
Oh, I believe it.
Like, I'm just hearing things like when you were describing your being put into this space, like baby counselor going in, having your internship, you know, supervisor there, and you're like, you know, I just had to bring that up because there are parallels.
Like you feel the pressure to like perform and to do well,
and the validation. Like that's
you want the validation. So
good luck getting that.
Yeah. So I said, okay, I have a friend here. This feels like a female friend. And then she turned her camera off. Okay. I'm like, okay. So I'm just reading to the void.
Oh wow.
And I remember. I'm like, okay, I'm seeing water. She gave me like an age. She gave me a bunch of other details. And my mentor is like, why are you judging everything you're getting? You're going super slow. I'm like, well, I'm getting 2 numbers. That's why. She goes, give me both of the numbers. So I said both of the numbers, and I gave like this message of like, okay, your friend is really interested in the work that you're doing. Like this feels like whatever work you're working on right now is extremely interesting to her. And she's super supportive of it. And it ends up that I just gave this reading, like literally my nervous system is like screaming.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like sweating like crazy. Like so uncute, guys.
You're just like,
like sweating like down my face. Like it was bad. Anyway, she ends up turning her camera back on, and she has just tears and tears and tears down her face. And immediately I'm like, guys, I just can't say enough how much my nervous system was not prepared for any single second of this.
Right. Because
she went on to validate that this was her friend that met when they were 18. I gave the number 18. I said that's when they met. She passed away in a car accident because of the rain. I saw her under the water. And this friend's, she gave me 2 numbers, and it was her birthday. So she brought forward her birthday. And she also, she brought forward the work because the lady that I was reading actually changed her job right after her friend died because she needed something meaningful.
Yeah.
So like all of this information, all of this validation.
How incredible.
Just
and I'm like,
there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense of why she turned her camera off.
Absolutely.
Right?
Well, and it turns out my mentor told me that before they chatted kind of before I hopped on, and they were like, I wonder if my friend's going to come through.
Oh,
like I've been dying to hear from my friend. And that was the first person that came through. It was the first person
Bex.
And so that was one of the moments like, I do not care how uncomfortable this makes me. Like, I got to get comfortable with it because this is what I'm supposed to do.
Because it's here.
When I was watching your podcast that you just started, and we'll talk about this later, but your podcast partner, remind me.
Betsy.
She made a statement about mediumship being a healing modality. And just as you're talking, you know, we tend to put even our healing modalities in a box. Like, is it EMDR? Is it, you know, but this is such a beautiful expression of a way that we can connect with healing. Look at the validation and the just, so incredible.
I think sometimes when you say you're an intuitive or you say that you are a medium, I think people think it's so squishy, like, oh, your grandpa's here and he loves you so much. Anybody could say that. The power of mediumship is evidence. Like I know you changed your job and I'm so proud of you, you know, or this is my birthday, or this is how I feel.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
It's being seen.
yeah, feeling like you get to spend time with your loved one again.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Which is massive, because that is such a big thing of, I don't feel them anymore.
Yeah.
I try to say that like loss really is physical because they are so aware of you. They're so aware of what you're going through. And it's interesting because something that comes through in a lot of my readings is actually signs that they have been trying to get to you that you are not listening to.
Yeah.
You know? Because your loved ones want to communicate with you. You're the one that's you're rationalizing the shit out of them. Right? No, that couldn't be. They're dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that resonate with you?
100%. I mean, I'm laughing because in my mind, I feel like Kelly and I work in tandem with some of our clients, like my past life regression clients, you know, her soul retrieval clients, or her energy work that she does. And I'm just thinking now, I'm like, okay, we're adding Bex to the dream team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we all do this work in these different ways and it's really special. Can you imagine like someone getting to receive all of that work? It's just
amazing.
I don't know. And yes, absolutely. I mean, and you know, you say this all the time. To your clients, your guides are yelling at you. Like, you know.
Yes. Yeah. It's just, I think, I don't know if this was also on your podcast or if somewhere else I've come across it, but a lot of times, those who come through in spirit are those that you've had a complicated relationship with.
It happens a lot.
Yeah. Not obviously as a rule, but like there's so much. And I have this experience as well with clients when it doesn't come through for me the same way that it does for you. We've talked about this before. There's a little bit different flavor to it.
For sure.
But so often with me, there's a lot of complication there to be resolved and a lot of healing to take place. And it just makes me so happy that we can open up the world of exploring our healing and resolutions to things in much more tangible ways than we even think that we can. And it doesn't have to be one-sided work where I'm the one doing all the toiling to heal from this thing. Like just hearing a friend say, validating the work that the life path that you changed, everything that happened in their passing. What a beautiful healing experience. And what a gift to be able to offer that to people. And also, can we get out of the way of that for ourselves so that we can do that for people?
For sure.
This also makes me think, I see a lot of traditional barriers with the clinical therapy that I do. And this is why it's so hard for me sometimes. And I'm sort of shifting this, but there's all these ethical things that I'm bound by, right, in my work as a clinical therapist, not with past life regression or my like kind of soul work that I do. But there is a limitation at times. I hear from people say like, I don't feel them anymore. I want to feel them. Or I feel so lost. I don't know if she would approve or he would approve or, you know, all these things. And, you know, I just, because of who I am and what I believe, I would love to be like, go see Bex, you know, or, you know, have this. And I do with clients that I feel comfortable with, of suggesting other services. But it really, as a therapist, where I've been in this world of, I started off in the world of energy healing and that kind of work before I became a clinical therapist. And what I realized is it boxes you in even more. And then there's all these people that are struggling and boxed in that don't even know about this type of work. And I can also see, as we're shedding a lot of things as a country, as a society, as everything is changing. That's why I said the Wild West earlier, because we're really, that's all of that, all of the bullshit barriers is coming down, and I'm feeling it. And I'm
for sure.
Even in my own work with my clients, I'm like, yeah, have you thought about talking to a pet medium? Like, I say those things now, and I'm just not holding back anymore, right? I'm going to be obviously ethical and those types of things, but there's nothing in our code of ethics that says you can't refer someone out to a person who is a medium or to, that does shaman work or anything like that. And but I wanted to highlight that of these massive limitations. Obviously, therapy is amazing. Keep going, do the work.
Yes.
Not taking away from what I do, because it's incredible work, but it's limited. We're so limited.
Yeah. I think, again, I just nails down this idea of like the certifiably feral, right? Of these rules can only take us so far, right? And so all of this work, all of these certifications you've got to be excellent at your job, again, can only take you so far.
And to be $100,000 in debt.
Also,
but that's cool.
Yeah.
But I can bill insurance for my services. So there's that. Yeah. And maybe get paid sometimes. Maybe. Not better.
Yes.
Not better.
No. Yeah. What were some of the most important lessons you feel like you learned in your process of discovering and exploring these gifts and bringing them to life?
I'm going to answer that, and then I'm actually feeling impressed to answer something else as well. Okay.
Okay. You don't have to answer that. Just go to what you're feeling.
Okay. Yeah. Pit stop. I actually feel like Spirit would like me to talk about ways to connect with your loved ones. Okay. Because sometimes you don't feel them there all the time, and that loss is devastating. It's silent, but it's so loud.
Yeah.
Something that I do, and something that I experience when I've lost people that I love, is I actually write them a letter. And that has been one of the most impactful things for me, connecting with my loved ones in spirit. And I have also received validation on the other side of that, where I had somebody in my life that I had a very complicated relationship with. And so when she passed away, I poured out my heart into this letter and essentially said, here are all of the things that I hope you forgive me for. And here are all the things that I forgive you for. And I ended up practicing with one of my medium friends, which is great, which means I get a lot of free readings. That's one of the bonuses of being a medium. And the first thing that she said when she connected was, she wants you to know she got your letter. Which makes me feel emotional. But this whole reading was essentially addressing these things in my letter. And I just want you to know that just because you can't feel them physically, it does not mean that they are not aware of you. In their current form of they are pure consciousness. They are pure awareness. They can be here and there and everywhere. Okay, they're not bound by physical limitations. So if you think about them, if you are listening to a song and you think of them, they are there. If you ask them, if you talk to them, they are listening. If you write them a letter, they are there. You could also, if you need something a little bit more tangible, you can ask them for signs. And I think people are so afraid to do that because they're so terrified to feel grief and loss again. You know, that disappointment. But just ask. Be playful. Your loved ones want to communicate with you. You know, and you could say you ask to see like a, I don't know, like a raccoon. You know, and you see a raccoon and you're like, I don't know, like that was, you know, show me another one. They want to work with you. Okay. They want to communicate with you. And that's something that I'm feeling very impressed to share with you.
I love that. And I love when that intuition, I'm glad you just shifted gears and was like, this is what it is. Your question reminded me also of, if you want to answer this or not, of course, but it reminded me also of like, what advice would you have to give to someone who is like, am I tuned into this, maybe is in that spot that you've been in yourself of questioning things, gaslighting themselves, but really wanting to bring out those gifts, those strengths that they have, what advice would you have?
I think this goes for anything that you want to try. You've got to be okay with being new at it. And Kelly just talks about like allowing herself to be a beginner. This is exactly the same. Spirit is really interesting though, I will say, because once you notice them, noticing them, it's kind of like you're making eye contact for the first time kind of thing. They actually try to woo you. And this is like every medium I know experiences this. So if you really have intentions to work with spirit, you're in for a show, because the fireworks, it really does feel like fireworks. So my first reading was spot on, right? I got birthdays, I got passing, I got relationship, I got all of these yeses. Not every reading is going to be like that. Okay. So just knowing that spirit's going to hook you in, and then it's going to buckle you into kind of this development journey. Okay.
So spirit does a little love bombing in the beginning.
There's a little love bombing. We've got some toxic traits going on.
But it's so my version of that in developing or honing in on some of my things was that hook happens, and it's like the fuel. It's like doing drugs for the first time. And you go through, I've never done a hard drug to get addicted to, but what I know, there's this drive to get that feeling again. And to me, it's like the drive to have that connection again made me face a lot of things and work out a lot of things that needed to be worked through in me so that I could have that open communication again. It's like spirit says, here's what it can be like. And to get here all the time, here's some things that you can resolve in you so that it can be that clear. Would you say?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And I think also if you are scared, you're full of shit, right? Like, is this real? And is this happening? I think part of the reason that they try to hook you so hard in the beginning is so that you can't deny it. You know, later down the road when things are hard and tricky, you can't like look back and be like, that wasn't real, because you felt it.
It's too,
you know it.
You know it.
Yeah.
I think that's such tangible advice, right? Of just, right? Like you already know. Like we had a phone call or a Zoom and I was like, so like, she's like, you don't need me, Amanda, you know. And I'm like, do I know? And you're like, you know. Yeah. And I'm like, of course I fucking know. You know, and I got off that. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Good God. Like, but I do think.
It was a really funny call. She's just like, how can you help me? And I'm tuning in and I'm like, I can't. Yeah. Like, you actually are 100% fine.
You know. I'm like, I know. But I think too, you spoke so well in this podcast of your journey. And I think everything you've said has given people who are listening who are like, could that be my journey? Like I said, the tangible support of, and Kelly, you've talked about this too. I think we've all talked about it in our own version of like, you have to trust yourself. Like that's the biggest piece.
Yes.
You have to trust yourself. You have to trust yourself. And then you're going to doubt yourself a lot. And that's part of it. And then you're going to have those moments that are clear as a bell. Like you said, where spirit woos you and you're like, oh God, yeah, of course. You know, until you just stop not trusting yourself anymore. And it's just clear and you just accept it.
I'm going to be honest though. I literally work as a professional medium. This is my job. This is my life. Yeah. And I will sometimes I'll be about to hop into a reading, be like, what have I done? How did I get here?
Oh yeah.
How is this my life? Like, is spirit going to show up? And I know spirit's going to show up, but every reading I'm like, how did I choose this? But after every reading, I am high as a kite.
Yes. Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Like I feel
flow state.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Flow state.
Yeah.
Can I tell you guys a secret?
Sure.
I don't think I've ever said this to anybody, but maybe I've mentioned it to you, Kelly, but one of the big main reasons that I got a master's degree was to be taken seriously in the work that I've known is deeply embedded in me my whole life. Like, it was the thing that I thought I had to do, the permission to be taken seriously, to write a book, to have authority to say something, to be able to do past life regressions. You don't need any of that. But I thought I did. And obviously it allows me to do other things. But for those of you who are wondering, you can do this type of work without $100,000 in debt. So believe me, I mean, obviously I'm glad my experience was good, but like, I look back on that and, you know, I was like, I need to have this degree to prove this thing that I am, you know, educated in this. And I think a lot of people can feel that, but I love your story. I love your story. And, you know, again, that was my own journey.
Yeah.
And
your initiation process as well.
But what's more interesting is right after I finished grad school was when I got sick. And that was more my initiation process than anything.
Fascinating.
And not only was it free, it cost me, but like, you know, but I'm saying it's just funny how life is and how life works and how we all stumble into our own work. But again, it is like the knowing of you talking about, I've known this for a long time. Like, and I'm sure that even if you go back to being a child in the woods, you know, and I know you've known this for a long time and it's just, it's always been there, but you just needed whatever you needed to get it out.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question for you, because when on that call, we talked about like, this is like a part of you. You telling me you're doing past life regressions is not surprising at all. But like, I feel like that's a part of your identity you haven't shared with everybody. I want to know what was the reaction from other people in your community, or like, were other people like, well, duh, you do that? Like,
I think a lot of people that know me well were not surprised at all, you know, but not a lot of people still know, especially people close to me. I just told my dad maybe a month ago, because he's like, what are you doing? And I told him, he's like, what's that? And I told him, and he's like, huh. And I mean, you know,
a lot of people don't have a shelf to put that on, you know, like, where does this fit on?
Not surprised. I mean, but my dad's autistic and his current obsession is Highland cows and raising them. But yeah, I mean, it's
also love.
It's, you know, but I mean, there are a lot of people that don't know, and you know, it's still forming and it's still emerging, and you know, I'm building that, but it is a big, massive part of my transition out of the box that I've been in.
I think sometimes when you do this work, I feel like that validation piece is so delicious, but it's also so unhelpful, because talking to you, even if I had to like guess what you did with your life, obviously I would say you were a therapist, because I feel like it's just such a natural part of who you are. You know, past life regressionist, I also feel like I feel like that's not far from anything I would assume about you. Do you know what I'm saying? It feels very authentic to you.
Absolutely.
But sometimes I think we just have that craving, like you said, like to be taken seriously. Like, I know so many mediums that went to a medium and this medium was like, you've got the gift. You're designed for this. Like, this is, in 3 years, you're going to have a thriving business. And so every time I went to a medium, I'm like, tell me.
Are you going to tell me it?
Tell me. But like, sometimes the validation is the enemy. Like, I can actually just choose that for myself.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. You know?
Yeah. You don't have to be, we talked a little bit about this, of like having the calling of whatever.
Yes.
You know, like the bishop has to confirm your call, or, you know, whatever.
Some outside source.
The most powerful calling is the one that comes from inside the house.
Exactly.
It's the most terrifying.
It's the landline.
It's the like,
100%.
but it is the most, because you have to bet on yourself, like with absolute full buy-in.
Oof. Louder for the people in the back.
That makes me want to cry. Yes.
You do. You do. It is that act of complete trust, right? Yeah. And again,
and I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, it's just such a part of like society is what we've been told we have to do: get married, have the babies, get the degree, have the house, the picket fence. It's all bullshit. We can do this however we want.
Yes. And you can have the babies and the white picket fence and the perfect little marriage and all the perfect things and be a wild woman.
Oh, you sure
There's
can.
no having to choose. You choose it all.
That's a big sigh.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I also, what I was going to say is there's it just the spiral of life. You keep having to bet on yourself. Like, you bet on yourself, you're all in, you're doing the thing. And then in 6 months, there may be something that takes you to a new level. I'm in that process right now of, oh shit, what does the next betting on myself look like? I'm not sure. That's my current obsession right now, actually, is betting on myself. And letting, but not forcing. Betting on yourself doesn't mean that you have to force yourself down a road. No. It is letting it unfold in front of you. Like, there's so many versions of this that is just
juicy,
terrifying, and juicy. And like,
when I decided to like come out as a medium, I'm like, okay, Spirit, like, you're pushing me to do this.
Yeah.
I am not comfortable with this. But like, this feels like the next terrifying step.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if this is what I'm supposed to do, can you please just send me one reading a week? And I am 8 months in, and I've been able to scale up since that, but they have sent me one reading every single week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Spirit listens to you.
We got a working relationship.
You got a thing
It's kind of
going.
like you like put it in your cart and it's delivered to your door without even having to do the work of
100%. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you guys something crazy.
Let's hear it.
Okay, last week I was working with one of my mentors, and there's something called a spiritual assessment, which is this really special, fun reading, where essentially it's a reading where they tell you about your spiritual gifts and your spiritual path.
Say more.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
They're so fun. I'm actually addicted to them, because it's kind of like this. Yeah, tell me how cool I am.
Yes. Yes.
Tell me more.
Okay, last week, my mentor was giving me a spiritual assessment. And in this spiritual assessment, she goes, I see you being interviewed. She goes, I see you like talking on maybe like a podcast or an interview.
Hello.
And
Here we are.
I'm like, interesting. And so at the end of the reading, I took my phone off, do not disturb. And there was a text from
Are you
Amanda.
kidding?
I'm not even kidding. Like literally, like in the reading.
I love that we're wrapped into your cosmos spectrum.
We are connected.
Oh, how incredible.
Isn't that crazy?
That just gives me like
just
full body.
love it.
I got booty chills. Like all the way up. I meant like up my spine from the booty, not
Up your sphincter.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like from the root chakra up.
Either way, I support it. I'm not judging you. And now I've totally lost my train of thought. It's gone. Distracted by Amanda's booty. Chills.
It happens.
How do we recover from that?
Well, we were talking about how she felt connected to us and that message coming in.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well, we're going to have a part 2.
Gonna have a part 2. I would love to read for you guys if you'd let me.
We are welcome.
So
yes,
excited
welcoming
about
that.
this.
Yeah.
We've mentioned the podcast a couple of times. Is that something you want to share with
Yes.
our 118
Shameless plug.
followers?
Wow.
Shameless plug.
Okay.
Plug yourself in all the ways. But
Okay, if you-
don't make it weird, Amanda.
Your face made it weird.
Booties and plugs all over the place.
That's what we do around here. Only not this girl.
Okay. I work as a medium. And so the 3 sessions that, 3 kind of readings that I currently offer are spirit sessions, which are mediumistic sessions where I connect with your loved ones in spirit. This could be animal sessions. I love working with animals. But also, yeah, your loved ones in spirit. They always show up for you. They always want to work with you. If you don't have loved ones in spirit, I offer psychic sessions, which can be spiritual assessments. We can work with your spiritual gifts, but I kind of tune into you, kind of see what's most present and loud in your energy, kind of these themes. And then you could also ask questions about where you are and whatever. Those are also very fun and very validating. I do human design, obviously. And my podcast is with my beautiful co-host, Betsy. Betsy is a professional medium and animal communicator. She's incredible. Have you guys heard of the movie Hoppers?
No.
I just saw this. I just saw that she's going to be there.
So she was asked, so Hoppers is like this Disney Pixar movie that's coming out. And she is, it's all about animal communication. So she was
the whole movie is like about communicating with your animal. Wow. It's so cool.
So she was actually called to be part of like a promotion.
Wow.
So all of these top content creators got to go see her and she got to read their pets.
That is
it already happened.
It happened last night.
Oh my gosh.
It went very well. Great job, Betsy. We love you.
I love that.
How cool.
So this is my,
And so you co-host the podcast with her.
Betsy is my mediumship BFF. Yes.
What is the content of your podcast? Like, what do you discuss together?
So this is...
did you already say this? Oh, okay.
Did I already say this?
No.
Okay. Between Mediums podcast is about... it's creating a space for new and upcoming mediums and intuitives. So if you wanted to dabble in this work, if you're, we like to say, if you're new to the other side, we've been there. Welcome. But it's giving our best advice. It's giving our worst advice we've received. We want to do listener submissions. So we want to hear from you.
Oh, I love it.
And your story about like getting into these intuitive arts, or we're doing an episode about hearing like your spiritual childhood stories, like your encounters with spirit. So this is just,
I love it.
It's a community for intuitives to not feel alone and to feel supported on their journey.
How cool.
That's what we're cultivating.
How do people find you?
Right now, you could find us on Instagram with Between Mediums Pod, and same thing on YouTube, Between Mediums Podcast, I believe. And then
we'll link all the things.
Too. Excellent. And then eventually we'd love to do, like the Spotify, the Apple, like you guys have. But right now we're just going to stick with the two until we kind of
it's awesome.
Build up a few more episodes.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
Yep. But every Sunday we come out with a new episode.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Any final nugget of parting wisdom, feral advice, anything that you want to just pull out of the cosmos and share?
I think listening to your body like you would when you were a kid. If you want to stretch weird, stretch weird.
Yes.
If you want to like hang from something like monkey bars, it's okay. You can do that.
Do it. If you want to walk backwards,
I encourage it. Just interact with the world like you would when you were a kid. And damn, the judgment.
I love it.
Thank you.
Of course. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you so much for coming and for answering our call, which apparently was your call too.
It's aligned.
It's all aligned.
It was a three-way.
It was a three-way. So we do this thing at the ending of our podcast.
Oh, dear.
And
I'm ready.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Certifiably Feral, where we're a little bit wild,
A little bit messy.
And a whole lot of feral fun. Finger guns. Cowboys. What would my pirate be?
Oh,
I love it.
oh gosh.
Guys, thank you so much.